Good evening and welcome to Lawrence Central High School for tonight's Indiana High School football game between the Center Grove Trojans and the Lawrence Central Bears. Hello, everyone. I'm Kevin Conrad along with Rick Embry. We welcome everyone to our coverage of Center Grove football presented by IU Health. Another beautiful fall night for football. As we get close to game time, it's going to be in the low 70s. And Rick, the Trojans undefeated on the season, 5-0, coming off a great road win last week over in Ohio against the Trotwood Madison Rams, 31-20. But tonight, another foe that on the road in Lawrence Central, a team that's putting up a lot of points.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one tonight, Kevin. You're right. LC puts up a lot of points. They're averaging 38 points a game, but they give up a lot. They're giving up about 26 a game. So it'll be very interesting. LC's going to have a lot of talent on the field like they normally do. They got a Purdue committed offensive line. But, man, you look at some of the numbers from the LC side of things. Their quarterback, 18 touchdown passes, only 1 interception. So that Center Grove defense is going to have to be on it tonight, and obviously that offense continues to hum along, Kevin, even though you continue to have the injuries at that running back position. But next man up, as Coach Moore says.
Exactly right. I just think tonight the Trojans, they've got to establish the ground game. They've got to have these long drives to try and keep that Lawrence Central offense on the sideline. Yeah,
and Ricky Lange was really, really good last week. He was kind of forced into a career high in carries, 29 carries last week, but he had 164 yards, a couple touchdowns. So that was after Biggerstaff went down in the first drive of the game. So then you start relying on some other people, and man, did Brody Tilton step up big time last week. A couple touchdowns, including a really, really key one at the end of the first half when he went 73 yards on just a simple sweep pattern around the left side. So he's going to be involved. There's going to be some other guys involved. You might see a couple freshmen tonight in that offensive backfield.
Also, in talking to Coach Moore this past week, he was really impressed with the Center Grove defense last week. He felt like they got the job done last week, especially in that second half, and more so in that fourth quarter. They just made plays.
Yeah, and that defense was on the field a lot in the second half last week, and you're right. They got 6 turnovers last week, 5 interceptions, 1 fumble recovery, and it seemed like in that second half the offense wasn't moving the ball very well until the very important last drive of the game, but that defense kept getting the ball back for them, and that front four has been solid all year. The linebackers have been solid all year, but they're going to be tested again tonight, and the defensive backs are going to get tested tonight again against Lawrence Central.
One thing I noticed in preparing for tonight's game and crunching the numbers, looking at the statistics, this Lawrence Central team, they do struggle with the punting and the kickoffs. Just the averages aren't very, very strong, and I know Coach Moore likes to flip the field and gain advantages with field position through special teams play.
It's always crazy to me, Kevin, when you got schools that are 3,500 plus and you can't find a kicker or a punter, and that's a big deal. Last week against Trotwood, they didn't have a guy that could kick extra points or a guy that could kick off, so the kickoffs weren't very deep, and they couldn't kick any extra points, so they just went for 2 every time. That's a big deal, and Center Grove very fortunate to have Dallas Cornpropes, a junior, and man, has he improved from last year. Just the distance. He was accurate last year. He's continued to be accurate, but just the strength that he's gained from his sophomore to his junior year, that's a big weapon for Center Grove, and obviously something that they hope that they can count on tonight.
Rick, let's talk a little more about Center Grove's sophomore quarterback, Oscar Sloan. It just seems like his level of maturity just keeps getting better and better with each and every week. And I know last week he went to the Notre Dame Purdue game. He was an invite by Notre Dame. They were very impressed with this young man as far as not only the tools that he has physically, but the ability to read on the RPOs. And, when the linebacker comes in, he's thrown to Dom Berry. If the linebacker stays back, he knows to hand it off. But his reads are incredible.
Yeah, and he continues. You watch him make some passes, Kevin, and you're like, man, that's the talent's there, the arm strength is there. They really haven't had to rely on him. You know, it's different than a lot of places you go and you got the quarterback that everybody's talking about, a big-time recruit, and they're throwing the ball 30 or 40 times. That's never going to happen at Center Grove. He's continued to rely on that ground game, but he's got a lot of different weapons, Kevin. Obviously, you mentioned Dom Berry, but Roman Youngs has stepped up as a freshman once McClurg went down, and then he's got some other guys, Timmons, Francis, Tilton out of the backfield. All of those guys have had some big catches, but I think what Coach Moore would tell you is he continues to just want Oscar to just manage the game and not try to get ahead of himself too much or think that he has to win the game. They're going to continue to rely on that big offensive line, Kevin, and hopefully continue to run the ball to set up the pass.
And we saw Ricky Lange last week, the last 2 weeks, but especially last week against Trotwood Madison, a lot of carries. I think he was around 29 carries last week. He's not a very big player at the moment. He's just a sophomore, and Coach doesn't want to put that much on him, but I'm just not for sure what else they can do. He's been so good, and again, they lost Bickerstaff last week, so Brody Tilton's been getting some carries, and you already talked about it. We may see some freshmen get some opportunities tonight in the backfield, but maybe just talk about this Ricky Lange and what he's been able to do the last couple of weeks.
We watched him last year, Kevin, playing freshman ball, and we're like, oh my, that kid's got a lot of talent. But you always, last year, like, man, he's got to get bigger, he's got to get stronger. He has. I mean, he's still not a very big kid, but compared to last year, he's probably put on 20 or 25 pounds of muscle. So that's going to be a big deal. Obviously, I don't think Coach Moore thinks that he's the type that's going to be able to carry it 30 times a game and be able to hold up, through a hopefully long postseason run. So he's going to need some help from some other guys. You might see Oliver some more tonight. Like I said, you might see the couple freshmen, Trice and Anderson. Brody Tilton, is another kid that you can probably get 5 or 10 carries out of. But I mean, Ricky's going to be relied on to be the main guy out of the backfield, and hopefully he can stay healthy and continue to provide some big runs.
Also, Rick, the Center Grove defensive line has been so good this year. Kobe Cherry, Jeremy Stanley, Lincoln Bright, Cam Linder. We've seen Carson Sloan, Keaton Van Gatz, just to name the majority of those guys up front. But they've been so good against the run. And then you throw in the linebackers with Frankie Hayes and True Paxson. True was our player of the game last week against the Rams. But, Coach Daniels, the defensive coordinator, is really bringing the pressure with the linebackers.
Well, and that's what we've seen, Kevin, when a team has kind of picked Center Grove apart in the first few drives or something like that. He's been very hasn't had any problem with starting to bring pressure from that linebacker position, and both Paxson and Frankie Hayes have been fantastic at that linebacker position. Paxson is a junior, Frankie Hayes is a senior. But yeah, you rely on those front four guys, obviously, to get the push between Cherry and like you said, Jeremy Stanley and Lincoln Bright, and then at that other DN position, you've also seen a freshman that started a lot in Carson Sloan. So those guys, it's always key to, number one, get pressure on the quarterback, number two, stop the run, so you make them a one-dimensional team and they aren't able to run the ball, and then hopefully you can pin your ears back and get after them a little bit.
So again, tonight the Center Grove Trojans back on the road, taking on the Lawrence Central Bears of the Metropolitan Interscholastic Conference. Center Grove undefeated on the season at 5-0, number 2 in Class 6A for the Lawrence Central Bears. 3-2, they're ranked number 14 in Class 6A. After the break, our Aaron Holt talks to Center Grove head coach, hearing more about tonight's matchup. This is CG Football presented by IU Health.
This is the place that's skill built. Here, highly skilled physicians never rest in their pursuit to heal, to comfort, to cure. With these hands, you'll receive nationally recognized heart care and Indiana's most leading-edge cancer care. With these hearts, with these guts, with these brains, you'll find the highest level of care in the state. This is the hope that's skill built, and it's around every corner of Indiana University Health.
Friday Night Lights. The crowd is here, the lights are on, the hype music is being played. What better way to start the show than your team coming out of the locker room with full energy, ready to take on their opponent? Yes, that's right. Bring down the house with our breakthrough banners. They're a great way to pump up your team and showcase your school pride. Get one of your favorite team today. Stadium graphics. Look like a pro, play like a champion.
I have lived in Greenwood my entire life. Born and bred, went to Center Grove High School, proud graduate, go Trojans. I enjoy this community. It's my home. It's growing, it has lots to offer, and I'm excited to be a part of it. At Greenwood, we are a full-service bank. We can handle your needs from simple personal accounts, savings accounts for your family, auto loans. If you need to have a mortgage, we can meet that need. Emily Ridley has been in our office for years and knows the area. Scott Hines is Center Grove. He has lived here his entire life and is fabulous. You're not going to find anybody more local than us.
Welcome to the Sycamore Construction pregame show, standing here in Ray Skillman Stadium before we take on a big victory, hopefully going over to the east side, northeast side against Lawrence Central a little bit later today. Coach, before we get to Lawrence Central, let's talk about your final big road trip. Going to Trotwood last week, kind of a crazy game. You guys scored a lot of points. You pulled it out. Had a little bit of injuries. It's kind of like the typical thing for the season, but really an athletic team, and they kind of came out and jumped on you. You guys held your composure, came back. Tell us about that game and how exciting it was to get that victory.
Well, like you said, excuse me, my voice is going, but it was a very talented team, very athletic, and we didn't know what we were going to get our hands into, and we got there and we started the game really well, and you know, then they responded with a nice touchdown, and we came back and sort of controlled the game after that. Our defense played really well in the second half, extremely well. 5 turnovers, 5 interceptions. That's what you need if you're going to go that far away and play a team like that. You got to make the game ugly for them, and we did. But it all came down to our big, powerful run game. Obviously, we lost one of our running backs in the course of the game again. It's tough. We are thin. Just hoping that tonight we can get through the game and at the most not lose anybody else. You know, it's getting close to tournament time. But it was really, really exciting to be over there in that facility, in that environment, and play in such a great undefeated team. Both teams, they were undefeated, and we too were undefeated. So it was a fun game, a lot of big plays, a lot of great football players. They had a lot of Division I kids. Hope people that saw it or were there enjoyed it. I'm glad we're done. Glad that we made the long bus trip back. It's affected us a little bit this week. Guys are tired, but we're ready to roll.
Well, when we go over to Lawrence Central later this evening, I mean, this is a team, again, kind of like last week. They're going to be very athletic. Their record isn't necessarily showing how good they are. They're capable to score quick. Tell us what we know about Lawrence Central.
Well, they're big and they're physical and they're fast. I mean, it's the same MO as every team on our schedule, it seems like. They probably know us a little better than anybody else does that we've played so far. Their quarterbacks, last week the quarterback was lightning in a bottle, but he wasn't very accurate. The kid at Lawrence Central is just as electric, but only he's a lot better quarterback. So that's scary. The Trotwood kid should have just been in the backfield and they should just hand the ball off to him. But this kid does a good job of throwing the ball down the field. So it's going to be a tough deal tonight for our defense. We got to get pressure on him, contain pressure, and get him on the ground. And then offensively, we got to just like we do. We got to run the ball and then throw it, to make big plays.
When you think about our offense, again, we've experienced a lot of injuries, in particular in the backfield. I think there's a good probability we'll get a lot of those guys back as we get into the playoffs. But Ricky Lane stepped up and had some issues, but he ended up with about 161 yards, and Tilton's come on strong. And do you still have running backs? Are you getting down into the freshman level, true freshman level yet? I mean, we're on like number 6 or 7 right now.
Yeah, it's hard. All credit to the kids. Ricky, I should be arrested for giving the ball 29 times, as little as he is. But it was just working at the end of the game especially. And Brody Tilton, what a fabulous job. He's a super athlete. We've tried to tell him all year, you're a super athlete. And he showed it the other night. He's got great speed. and you're going to need both of them. It's going to, lightning in the bottle and great a great speed guy as well. So we're going to need both of them. What we lack is that big, strong, tough inside running guy, and maybe we'll get one of those guys back as we go. But our quarterback's going to continue to do a good job, not making a bad play worse. That's the number one thing in quarterbacking. And then again, the defense getting stops and keeping the field short for us.
It's going to be a great game, an electric environment. Everybody, if you can get there, get over to Lawrence Central. Let's root on these Trojans. If you can't, make sure you tune in and listen to our game on CG Sports Network. It's going to be a fun night, Coach. We wish you luck. Any final words?
Well, again, I apologize for the way I sound. I don't have much of a voice tonight, but I'll be able to yell a little bit. I got to do my controlled yelling and not say anything the next couple hours. But I appreciate it if you jump in the car. If you haven't got to see us play live in a while, get on over to the east side and come in and get a ticket and come and see a great high school football game between the Lawrence Central Bears and your Center Grove Trojans. Go Trojans, beat the Bears.
This is the place that's skill built. Here, highly skilled physicians never rest in their pursuit to heal, to comfort, to cure. With these hands, you'll receive nationally recognized heart care and Indiana's most leading-edge cancer care. With these hearts, with these guts, with these brains, you'll find the highest level of care in the state. This is the hope that's skill built, and it's around every corner of Indiana University Health.
Have you ever felt the cold shock of water that's not hot enough? When Dad and Mom, little Sarah and Peter all yelled, "What's happened to the water heater?" Mom knew the answer right away. Call Carter Plumbing for hot water today. The Prince of Plumbing and his magical powers will save the day and bring back hot showers.
Hot water today, or it's you we pay. Carter Plumbing will save the day. 859-9999. CartersMyPlumber.com.
Some people spend all day washing and buffing their ride to shiny perfection by hand. But you've learned the fine art of delegation.
It's absolutely special, obviously, to have a kid in the Super Bowl and to have a kid win a national championship in college.
Play in the NFL. That's every little kid's dream when they step on a football field. But just being able to get to that, that opportunity and moment, especially being with the Chiefs, like I was saying, it's just been a blessing. And Coach Moore, all my family, and all my friends around me too have helped me along the way.
Ever since I stepped foot off of Center Grove, I've definitely heard from, I'd say thousands of people from around this community, and I've just felt so much love from them. It's been great.
We have a great professional community because our parents are caring and our parents understand the importance of Center Grove. So many great schools come here to recruit, and everybody asks me, well, why would these great academic schools come here? Because they know they get the best student athletes. Center Grove teachers are the best teachers, and they teach college prep classes.
I feel like with Center Grove, I feel like you just set at a higher standard just from everybody. And it kind of just pushes you to want to be the best version of yourself.
Man, it's just been an amazing opportunity just to grow up in this, this type of area. Even since we were young, all the families, parents, moms and dads have been there for everybody.
That family atmosphere where everybody takes care of everybody and we don't really worry about what's outside of our community. It's just we take care of ourselves so well.
I just want to say thank you to everybody for the support. It means the world to me.
There's a great community and a great atmosphere just for everything you do in Center Grove. I feel like everything you do, you have a great mindset, and just all the people you're around, you feel like you're loved and you're supported by everything you do.
I love that they're humble, and I love that they still love to practice. But what I love the most is they're just the greatest young men of all.
This is the place that's skill built. Here, highly skilled physicians never rest in their pursuit to heal, to comfort, to cure. With these hands, you'll receive nationally recognized heart care and Indiana's most leading-edge cancer care. With these hearts, with these guts, with these brains, you'll find the highest level of care in the state. This is the hope that's skill built, and it's around every corner of Indiana University Health.
Our clients operate in a world of constant evolution. At Forvis Mazars, we always look ahead. Listening to our clients' unique challenges and needs, we deliver audit and assurance, tax, and consulting solutions that are tailored and personal. We are Forvis Mazars, built for what's next.
Get a $39 furnace tune-up from Peterman Brothers. September only, we're running a preseason deal for our peak performance tune-up. Get peace of mind you won't have any heating surprises for just $39. Visit PetermanHVAC.com to schedule today.
Some people spend all day washing and buffing their ride to shiny perfection by hand. But you've learned the fine art of delegation.
Back on the east side of Indianapolis tonight, Center Grove taking on the Lawrence Central Bears. Rick, always great to hear Coach Moore talk on the pregame show. Felt like, again, defense last week really played well to get that, to secure that win, especially in the fourth quarter. And again, we did see some mistakes with the Center Grove offense against Trotwood last week. Again, those mistakes are things that are correctable. We've heard Coach talk about that after the Ben Davis game, also after last week's game. So just need to keep improving and trying to minimize the mistakes.
Yeah, anytime that you turn the ball over 4 times yourself, Kevin, with 2 interceptions and 2 fumbles, and you still come out with a 11-point win on the road against an undefeated team, you're going to be happy. Much rather to make those much better to make those adjustments coming off of a win than a bad loss. So you're right, though. The defense was fantastic last week. They gave up that opening drive touchdown, kind of had one thrown over the top, and then from that point forward, they started to get more pressure on the quarterback over there, and obviously got 6 turnovers themselves. So they're going to have to be really good again tonight, Kevin. You can't allow that big play over the top. If somebody wants to dink and dunk it down the field and take 10 or 15 plays and take up 5 or 6 minutes, at the end of the day, you tip the cap and say congratulations, but there's very, very few high school teams that can do that on a consistent basis without making a mistake.
So again, the Lawrence Central Bears 3-2 on the season. They are ranked in Class 6A this week at number 14. And you look at the series between these two schools, it's very, very competitive. This is the 26th meeting. Center Grove has won 13, Lawrence Central 12. However, you look at the last decade, and the Trojans have absolutely dominated this series, winning 7 straight and 11 out of the last 12. And Coach Moore, his teams are 11-2 against Lawrence Central and 5-1 here at LC. The last time the Bears beat the Trojans was here back in 2017, 14-12. And Rick, I'll never forget going back to 2012 in the Final Four, the semi-state championship back at Center Grove, and they had that great quarterback. Went on to win the state title with Jason West as the head coach, but boy, that team was special back in 2012.
Yeah, and they've had some great players over the days. I remember Cameron McGrone being on this field, and Aaron Holt still talks about the fact that McGrone was about 15 yards behind Jackson, his son, one of his sons, and he completely tracked him down and punched it out from behind. So they've always over the years had some very talented kids that obviously have moved on to the next level. So we're going to see the same thing tonight. I mean, you look at their schedule, Kevin. They've lost 2 games. They lost to Lawrence North in week 1, but they lost by a touchdown, and that was a Lawrence North. That touchdown happened in the last, I think, 30 seconds of the game, and then they lost to Warren Central by 10. So everybody else on the schedule they've dominated pretty easily. So it's a pretty good team that you better be ready to play, or they're going to come out and put some points on the board, and you're going to have to come from behind.
Center Grove in Class 6A, still number 2 in the state of Indiana, 5-0, 2-0 at home, 3-0 on the road. The Trojans, Rick, have had the road warriors so far this year. We were at, Warren Central in week 1, week 2 up at Fort Wayne Carroll, and then, of course, last week all the way to basically the Dayton, Ohio area against Trotwood Madison, which was 2 hours away. Got a nice win there. So far the Trojans have done really well on the road.
Yeah, 4 out of the first 6 on the road, Kevin, and you finish with 2 out of the last 3 at home, and then the other one is down at Bloomington South against a very, very good 5A team. But, I saw an interesting article this morning, Kevin, in Indy Star from our buddy Kyle Neddenrup, just talking about Center Grove's second in the state, but they're really, in my mind, flying under the radar. Nobody's talking about them. Everybody's talking about Brownsburg. Everybody's talking about Carmel, what a big difference a year makes for them, and how Kevin Wright's got them turned around and everything else. But nobody's talking about that little old team from the south side. And guess what? That's Coach Moore. There's nothing better that he likes than people underestimating his team. And you do think he reminds his crew in the locker room every week that nobody thinks that you guys are very good. Nobody thinks that you're going to win. Nobody thinks that you're going to advance. Everybody's just talking about Brownsburg and Carmel already in the state final. So he thrives on that stuff, and it really does feel like a team that's kind of been under the radar so far this year.
And you got 2 teams tonight, the very different offensively. The Bears, some very impressive passing statistics, 1,125 yards through the air. And then you look at the Trojans, well, it's on the ground, 1,000. It's like, I don't know if I wrote that down correct, 13, almost 1,400 yards rushing for the Trojans this year on the ground. So, again, I think you got contrasting styles here offensively tonight.
Yeah, you've got LC's averaging 225 yards per game through the air, but they're still averaging almost 150 yards on the ground. So, I mean, that's almost 400 yards for LC. But you're right. I mean, Center Grove has 3 guys over 300 yards rushing. Unfortunately, 2 of those guys are out probably for the remainder of the season. So you're relying on some young guys there. And then Oscar's just been very consistent, 73.2% completion percentage, 708 yards, 6 TDs on the season. So we'll see how everything matches up tonight.
And we did get word that Drake McClurg had surgery earlier in the week, and it went extremely well, a very successful surgery. And we just want to pray and wish that Drake gets a speedy recovery. We're hearing maybe April or May he possibly could return, which would be during the baseball season. We shall see. But just got good news that the surgery went really well.
I don't think you're going to get Coach Hatfield's hopes up there, Kevin, that he's going to return for baseball. But the most important thing is he's got an unbelievable future in baseball. So the key thing for him is just to get healthy. And, yeah, all of our prayers and wishes for Drake.
Here on the near side, the Lawrence Central Bears onto their sideline. On the far side of the field, we'll see now the Center Grove Trojans running on the field. The Trojans tonight in the all-white uniforms trimmed in red for the Bears. The maroon jerseys, dark gray pants trimmed in white.
I know you're a big jersey and uniform guy, Kevin, and those all-whites are always one of your favorites for Center Grove, especially when we're downtown at Lucas Oil Stadium.
Right.
That's what you're always hoping for, is the all-whites for Center Grove.
That means you're playing for a state championship. Coach Moore likes the white uniforms. If he wins the coin toss, he likes to take the white unis in the state title game. He's had great success with the white uniforms. Couldn't ask for a better night for football. Nice fall evening. Temperatures low 70s, around 72 degrees. Still a little bit of sun. We got a shadow casting over the top of the football field at the moment. Of course, the Center Grove fans, they've got to deal with the sun across the way. Plenty of sun in the visitor stands and on the Center Grove sideline as well. But the field itself is pretty much covered up by by this big press box.
Yeah, and you're going to probably in another 5 or 10 minutes, all of that sideline for Center Grove will be under shade, so won't matter much. And it's a beautiful night, Kevin. Obviously, temperatures about mid-70s, but a perfect night for football. We saw some cramping the last couple weeks in the Center Grove games, and hopefully we don't have that. Obviously, if you're just starting drinking tonight for the games, you're going to be in trouble. You got to do that throughout the entire season or the entire week. But, man, that crowd for Center Grove on the opposite side, Kevin, very, very impressive. Traveling up here to the northeast side.
Captain's about ready to go to midfield for the coin flip. Center Grove and Lawrence Central, they've battled through the years, of course, part of the big conference, and I want to say back in the 80s, part of the CSAC, if you will. They called it the Central Suburban Athletic Conference, showing my age there a little bit. So they've been in conferences together over the years, and Center Grove going back to the MIC next year.
And I need to clarify, I was off a Holt. It was Sam Holt that got tracked down by McGrone. It wasn't Jackson. Apparently that caused a little bit of a feud in the Holt house as they're listening to the broadcast. So, Jackson, I apologize. You're a military man. You could kill me and I wouldn't even know it. Sam, I love you, but you're the one that got caught.
Well, it's interesting you talk about Jackson Holt. Coming up next Friday, Center Grove will host Cathedral for homecoming, and they're going to honor Jackson Holt and that 2015 state championship team next week, and also they're going to honor the 2020 Center Grove state championship team. So that's going to be great for homecoming. But going back to 2015, I just remember Jackson Holt scored the lone touchdown against Cathedral that year on the counter crisscross, the double handoff, and went, I think, 50-some yards for a touchdown. And that was it. 7-0 beat Cathedral back in 2015.
I miss the good old counter crisscross, Kevin. We just don't see that anymore. I don't think that's in the wing tee book like it used to be back in the Bantam days. But, yeah, that was a great game. And do you know anybody on that 2015 team, Kevin, that
I do
won a state championship?
I do. Of course,
Is
my
he
son.
coming back?
He is.
That's awesome.
He's coming back from New York. My son will come back, Drew, and of course Joey Siderwitz, JV coach and assistant coach, quarterback on that team, and so hopefully we have a good return of alums from that 2020 and 2015 state championship teams next Friday. Center Grove will kick off to begin tonight's game. Dallas Cornpropes, he's been really good with his kickoffs. I noticed, Rick, and doing the numbers today, he's dipped a little bit on that average on his punts from about 40 down to 37. But remember, last week Coach told him, I just want you to kick it out of bounds.
Well,
don't kick it to number 0 last week.
Yeah, and they got a very talented guy that'll probably be back there on kickoff return. That's number 14, Dalen Lewis. He leads them in receiving yards with 432. He also leads them in kickoff return yardage. So, yeah, you'll see him, number 14, back there. So he's going to be another dangerous person there. So Mr. Cornpropes probably got the same advice from Coach Moore this week.
That concludes our Sycamore Construction pregame show. Our first half being presented tonight by IU Health, Reese Restoration, and also by the Skin Lab and the Barn at Bayhorse Inn. Yeah, the deep man is going to be Earl Kearns. He's a junior. But you do see Dalen Lewis out there as well, just to his right. Again, Cornpropes will tee it up here for the Trojans at the 40 at the right hash mark. Dallas with 10 touchbacks this season. He's averaging nearly 52 yards per kickoff. He's been really good his junior season. He steps it off. We're ready to go. Center Grove at Lawrence Central. And now we've got whistles.
It's never a good start, Kevin.
Referees looking at each other, doing some hand signaling. Not for sure what the hand signals mean. And now Center Grove shifts the guy onto this side. I don't know. They got 5 here on the right and 5 on the left. I think we're ready to go now. Dallas approaches, puts the right foot into it, and we are underway. Deep kick. It's going to carry into the end zone about 1 to 2 yards deep. It is a touchback. That's touchback number 11 for Dallas Cornpropes.
Yeah, he got into that, and you look up at the flags. There's hardly any wind at all, so he got into that one. So that's obviously a big deal when you make the other team have to go 80 yards at the high school level. So we'll see if that Center Grove defense can pick up where they left off last Friday night over in Ohio.
Senior quarterback Santana Allen. 1,125 yards passing. He's been impressive. 18 touchdowns, just 1 interception. Coach talked about it in the pregame show, talking about his accuracy. It's very, very impressive. And also I was talking to the athletic director here at Lawrence Central, said he's got those intangibles. He's a great leader on the field, off the field, doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low. He's been very impressive this year. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Running back goes in motion. That's Al Gooden, the third. They're going to throw it to Gooden on a screen pass, and they're going to say it is a forward pass, incomplete. It was nearly a backwards pass, but they're calling it incomplete. If otherwise, Center Grove would have scored a touchdown.
Yeah, that was clearly a forward pass. But, yeah, as a defense, you want to wait until you hear the whistle, or they're for sure on that. But, yeah, Allen just airmailed that one a little bit too far above Al Gooden the third, and man, Gooden is a fantastic player. He's got 532 yards on the ground, Kevin, and then another 234 yards receiving. So he's a fantastic player. He's going to touch it a lot tonight.
For a running back, great size, 6'3", 185 pounds. Now the Bears run the football. They get a couple of yards here on second down.
Yeah, that's Gooden again, but now you make them third and long right off the bat, and we'll see if that front four can get after the quarterback.
3 yards for Gooden at the LC 23-yard line. Third and 7. Passing, clean pocket, completes it, and he tries to rip out the tackle, and he does, and that's just enough for the first down. They had him stop behind the sticks. Spins out of the tackle, gets the first down. That's Tariq Okucha with the first down, 7 yards.
He did. It looked like Center Grove was going to stop him about a yard shy, but he did a great job second effort and got enough for a first down. That's a big first down. Whenever you don't have a very good punter and backing him up like that would have been huge.
Allen threw an absolute strike. At the 31-yard line, play action, throws left-handed once again out here to the flat. Good tackle by the Trojans. So was that on A with the tackle? And it's a good pickup on first down.
And they're going to do that a lot of RPO action, and they're going to hand it off to Gooden. And you're right, Gooden's got great size, and right there, a nice little sidearm pass from Allen to Okocha again for a good gain, really good gain on first down.
Ane makes the tackle. Second down and 2. Ball at the Bears' 39-yard line. 10:20 to play. Opening drive in the first quarter. Al Gooden once again in motion to his right. And now Lincoln Bright wraps him up and gets the sack. Well done, Lincoln Bright. He hung with it. He almost lost Santana, but he stayed with it.
Almost went too high, and Santana Allen looked like he was going to kind of shake through that, but a great job of Lincoln Bright making that tackle for Bright. That's sack number 3 on the year. That's a big one now. Another third and long situation for Lawrence Central.
3rd and 8, the call, the football at the Lawrence Central 33-yard line. Allen steps up the pocket, delivers. It's high, incomplete pass, so it'll be 4th and long, and that last sack by Lincoln Bright. Compliments of Hudson Industrial Services, proudly donating $5 to the Center Grove Education Foundation for that sack. And now we'll see the punting unit for the first time tonight for the Bears.
Yeah, and that's going to be
Cooper Jordan.
Cooper Jordan only averaging 29.9 yards per punt, as long as 40.
Charlie Ane drops back at his own 35-yard line. Yes, they have been struggling with their kickoffs and their punts. I was told better last week against Pike. We shall see. Took his time. Got some pressure on him. And Ane takes it at the 40, makes the first guy miss, but the second guy trips him up. Gets a return of about 2 to 3 yards. He'll be spotted at the 40, between the 42 and 43-yard line. At the Trojan 43.
We're going to hold as well right here, so that's probably going to back Center Grove up another 10 yards.
So a 27-yard punt, make it 29 yards, excuse me. And again, the ball spotted at the Trojan 43. And Rick, you're saying a holding here against the Trojans?
Yeah, he's got a flag right out in front, the official right in front of the LC bench. So I'm assuming it was on the
return team, the Trojans.
So they'll back that up 10 yards from there. I'm assuming, because it's on the kick. It wasn't. I think that's what they're trying to clarify here, but that should just be 10 yards from the end of the play, guys.
Well, the defense for LC is coming off the field, so what do we have?
Well, it's never good when they're coming over and talking to Coach Moore.
Coach Moore has his hands on his hips. He's not happy. They're trying to explain to Coach Moore what this call is all about.
It is. They're pointing. Yeah.
So it is holding against Center Grove?
On the return, so they'll back them up 10 yards, like I said 5 minutes ago before they kept talking about it. So Center Grove should take over on the 33-yard line.
And now the Whitecap coming to the near side, talking to the Lawrence Central head coach, Coach Patterson. So the defense back out on the field for LC. They'll march it back out to the Center Grove 33.
Still pretty good field position to start off this drive. We'll see if that running attack can get going behind that really good offensive line so far this year.
Oscar Sloan in shotgun formation. Ricky Lane, sophomore, right behind him. Don Berry in the slot on the right. They're going to hand it off to Lange. Right off left tackle, good yardage on first down. He makes it all the way to the 40. I would give him 6 to 7 yards on the play.
Yeah, once again, that offensive line, Kevin, on that left side, big number 72, C.J. Cyphers, the IU commit, 6'6", 330. Right beside him, the Ball State commit, Brady Weber, 6'5", 285. Snapping at center, Tyler Carey. And on the right side, I think they're going to have Charlie Mandebach, and then I'll get to the other couple.
6 yards, he gets it to the 39. Second down and 4. Not much there on this carry. It's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Yeah, that one didn't fool anybody, and you're going to get Oscar's going to pull that out and throw it to Dom Berry here next time, because Dom was going to be wide open out here. But a good job by that interior of the Lawrence Central defense, and now you're in third and maybe a long 4.
That was Lange, no gain. Tackle made by Jackson Owens. He's a junior, 6 foot, 268 pounds. 3 sacks on the season for Owens. Center Grove facing 3rd and 4. Oscar throwing, and he threw a little bit behind the freshman. Incomplete pass, not able to hang on as Roman Youngs. And now Center Grove will, one would think, yep, here comes the punt unit. Center Grove's going to punt it right back to LC.
Yeah, he had Youngs open, but you're right. It was Youngs who was still going out on his pattern, and I think Oscar threw that one quicker than what he needed to. He wasn't quite under pressure yet, but got rid of it quick, and behind Youngs, he wasn't able to make the play. So 3 and out for Center Grove.
Kearns and Lewis back deep at their own 20-yard line. Dallas Cornpropes out to punt for the Trojans. Again, he was averaging 40 after last week, some shorter punts because Coach wanted to punt it out of bounds. He's now dipped down to about 37 yards per punt. This is going to be a fair catch by Lewis at the Lawrence Central 25-yard line. 35 yards on the punt.
Center Grove had a good pickup on first down, Kevin, and then went nowhere on their last 2. So they punt it back, and now LC will have their second drive of the game.
One of our presenting sponsors for this opening half is Reese Restoration. Need home or business repairs? Reese Restoration has you covered. For a free estimate, call 317-954-5408 or visit them online at reeserestorationindy.net. That's Reese Restoration, building trust one project at a time. LC with the football at its own 25-yard line. 8:06 to play, first quarter, no score. Center Grove 4 on that D-line, doing a little shifting, still shifting. Allen, the quarterback, looking to the sideline, getting the play call. 4 wide receiver set, 1 running back. Good now. The backfield goes out for the pass, but they're going to go across the middle to the wide receiver. Makes the catch. There is a flag in the backfield, and after breaking a few tackles, Dalen Lewis finally taken down.
Yeah,
minimal gain, but there is a flag at the 19.
Yeah, that's going to be a hold in the backfield. Stanley made a great first move, Jeremy Stanley, and then he got kind of horse-collared around the shoulder, so I think that's an easy hold call there.
Ended up getting 1 yard on the reception.
Which is a little weird because he had about 4 before he then broke a couple tackles and then went backwards. So they're going to back them up, so it'll be 1st and 20. Yeah, one guy to keep an eye on that offensive line is number 52 for them. That's James Williams. He's committed to Purdue. He's a right tackle.
Center Grove 4 D lineman, Kobe Cherry over the ball. 1st and 20 following the penalty. Football at the Lawrence Central 15-yard line. Allen throws it up for grabs. It's picked off by the
Vinny Hayes.
Center Grove Trojans. Vinny Hayes to the 15, and he gets close to the 10. That was a near horse collar type tackle, and now the official goes down. Let's see if he's okay. He got tripped up accidentally. He's back on his feet, but Vinny Hayes, Rick, comes up with the INT.
And that was a great job of finding the ball. That was just sort of, he threw it up. He saw Gooden going against a linebacker, but Vinny Hayes is closer to a cornerback than he is a linebacker, and he just kind of threw that up. Allen did, and Vinny Hayes did a great job of recognizing the ball, finding the ball, keeping his feet in bounds, and then a great return, and Center Grove in business at the LC 11.
Second interception for Vinny Hayes this season, and for Santana Allen, just his second interception thrown this year. 7:36 on the clock, first quarter, Center Grove's second offensive drive.
Well, and these are turnovers that obviously you need to turn into 7. You got 11 yards till pay dirt.
Sloan will hand it off to Ricky Lange, the sophomore. He gets so skinny when he gets through the hole. Very slippery. Gets a few yards. Looks like they'll spot him at the 7. I give him about 4 yards.
Yeah, that's a good gain on first down.
Sure is.
Big hole on that left side behind Seifried and Weber. Once again on that offensive line, you got number 65, Lincoln Kuntz in, Mandabach, Tyler Carey as well, number 59, TJ Knight.
Football's at the 7-yard line. They can get a first down. Going back to Ricky Lange. He's to the 5. He's inside the 5. Hang on to that football. That's one thing he's had some issues with is fumbling. He's down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards for the sophomore.
3rd and 1 now, Kevin. So great yardage there. So you got 1 yard to get a first down, 2 yards to get a touchdown. We'll see if they go jumbo package here. Yeah, you see some of those guys coming in. Lincoln Bright. One of those guys, number 21 as well. That's Nolan Biergard.
And 93, that's Jaden Hacker's also in there. They're going big. They're going to go to Lincoln Bright. Does he get the yardage? He's in there. Touchdown. Lincoln Bright, 2-yard touchdown run. His first career varsity touchdown.
Yeah, that is a new
on the
look.
offense, I should say.
That is a new look that you haven't seen with Bright getting that ball. So you had Paxson, Bright, and Biergard, all 3 linebackers, Kevin, in that backfield, lined up in the power T behind Oscar Sloan, and he hands it off to Bright, goes around that left side, and Center Grove strikes first.
You may recall Lincoln Bright had the pick 6 against Ben Davis, right, for a touchdown?
Yes, sir.
So that's his first offensive touchdown, his second of the season. Dallas Cornpropes puts it through, makes it 7-0. Center Grove leads it over Lawrence Central. 6:18 to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, great job of converting on that turnover, that interception from Vinny Hayes out there. Runs it all the way down to the 11-yard line, and then 3 plays later, Center Grove gets in the end zone.
So with that touchdown, Hobby Gensry Law of Greenwood will be donating $10 to the Center Grove High School Athletic Department. For trusted injury representation, call Hobby Gensry Law, 317-528-0666, or visit them online at hobbygensrylaw.com. And also, for each field goal and extra point kick made tonight by the Trojans, State Farm agent Eric Wykowski will donate $5 to the Center Grove Education Foundation. Call 317-865-7273 or visit Eric online at greenwoodagent.com. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. So the Trojans capitalize off the Lawrence Central turnover, short field. Punching it in from 2 yards out, Lincoln Bright with the TD.
And a little birdie just told me, Kevin, that that heavy package was put in this past week with all of the running back injuries. You don't have a lot of big guys when you get in that short yardage situation. So they put that in with a couple of those big linebackers. And obviously all of those guys, we all know our kids played Bantam football. They all carried the ball whenever they were younger, so they understand the offense and understand what to do. And there's case in point. You had Paxton, Bright, and Biergard back there, and Bright puts it in the end zone.
Good hang time all the way to the 3-yard line. LC returning. This is
Biergard.
Santana Hector, the junior. Not very big, 5'7", 155 pounds. He is hammered inside the 15.
Well, that was Biergard right there. We just talked about him offensively in that backfield, and right there, great special teams play from the junior linebacker, 5'10", 170. We see him a lot in the JV games, Kevin, on Saturday mornings, and he is an absolute hitter on defense.
Football's at the Bear 14-yard line. This will be their third possession. First one resulted in a punt. Second possession, again, interception. Just the second interception thrown this season by Santana Allen. Coach talked about how his accuracy, but he threw one up for grabs, and Vinny Hayes was able to pick it off. Al Gooden, I believe this might be his first run of the night. He gets it to the 15, just 1 yard.
Yeah, good job by that defensive line, kind of plugging things up. And then I think it was Bright on the tackle from that left defensive end position. So short yardage gain, and that's what you got to do. You got to make these guys one-dimensional. Center Grove's done a pretty good job of that in the last few weeks. Last week, Trotwood threw the ball 40 times, only completed 15 of them because you made them one-dimensional.
Second down and 9. Allen's throwing. Again, he's a left-handed thrower. That was almost picked off. Great coverage. Was that Micaiah?
That's Micaiah out there, and that young man's getting an opportunity. A couple injuries in that defensive backfield. He started last week and had an interception, and right there, right when Dalen Lewis was turning around looking to turn it up the field, boom, Micaiah was there to knock that away.
3rd and 9. Micaiah, only a sophomore, cornerback on that far side of the field. Vinny Hayes, corner here on the near side. 3 safeties.
A hold.
He's being pursued, rolls out of the pocket, throws, and caught out of bounds. Incomplete pass. He caught it, but he was out of bounds.
Yeah, Sloan got held on that right side, but no flag there. But you're right. Great catch out there by Tariq Okocha again, but unfortunately for Lawrence Central, he was well out of bounds when his feet came down. So now Lawrence Central going to have to punt again, and another one deep in their own territory from the 15. Center Grove on A back to return. You got to come up and get the ball, and Center Grove should have great field position.
Center Grove should put pressure on him. He does not have a quick operation. He does not get it off very quickly. This is Cooper Jordan, 29 yards on his first punt. He's right at the 1 yard line. High snap. Takes it down, high punt, looks short, and it's going to be a fair catch by Charlie Aune.
Great job.
At the Lawrence Central 41-yard line.
That's a great
26
job.
yards.
Aune just comes up. You don't need to do anything fancy. Come get the ball, and Center Grove with great field position to start off their second drive. I guess technically it's their third drive.
Just, again, 26 yards on the punt. So we talked about that on our pregame show. They just don't have the high averages on their punts and kickoffs, and that could be a big difference in tonight's ball game.
I mean, they talk about flipping the field all the time, and you being a father of a punter understand that more than anybody, Kevin. That's a big, big deal.
Sloan in the gun, hand off to Ricky Lange off the left side of the line, and he's hit as he comes inside the 40 to the 39, just a couple of yards for Ricky Lange.
Yeah, he was met right there on that left side.
Second down and 8, 5 minutes to play here in this opening quarter. 7-0, Center Grove leads Lawrence Central. Sloan, play action, down the far sideline looking for Eli Williams. Had single coverage, just knocked away by the LC defensive back. Good coverage by Elijah Woodfork. He's a 6'1 senior DB.
Yeah, that was one where maybe you need to get a little bit more air under that ball, Kevin. He threw that on a line, and Williams had a step on him, but good job by wood fork of knocking that away, and now 3rd and long for Center Grove.
Trojans have to get it to the 31 for a first down, 8 yards needed. And on the delayed handoff, it's not going to work.
That's a great tackle there by number 10. That's Errol Kearns.
Kearns, 32 tackles, one of their top tacklers this season, a loss of 1 yard. That was Brody Tilton that took the handoff. Kind of a delayed handoff, did not fool LC at all.
Well, and if Kearns doesn't make that, Tilton's got a lot of space to the outside, and that's what he was trying to do, is bounce it to the outside, but a very, very sure tackle by Kearns. He comes in 32 tackles on the year, and man, he made a great one there. And Center Grove, great field position, but they can't do anything with it offensively.
Lost a yard, 4th and 9 for CG. Center Grove punting. Football at the LC 40. Hornpropes, high punt. Going to drop it inside the 20. Bounces at the 15, takes a Center Grove bounce and continues to roll all the way to the 5-yard line. So that's a 35-yard punt for Dallas Cornpropes.
That's a great punt by Cornpropes. He waited a little bit, let his guys get down there, and then once it bounced, those guys let it roll all the way down to the 5-yard line.
3:45 to play. We're in the first quarter, 7-0. Center Grove leads it. Again, Lincoln Bright with the jumbo package, scored from 2 yards out following the interception by Vinny Hayes. Vinny with that INT got it to the 11-yard line, and Center Grove was able to punch it in. Shotgun formation. Santana Allen, the senior quarterback, on the goal line. He looks to the Center Grove sideline, throws, completes to Dalen Lewis, and he gets it to the 10-yard line.
And that ball was coming out, Kevin. He kind of fumbled it a little bit after he turned up, and I thought that Center Grove might be able to reach in there and knock it away, but good job by Lewis of bringing it back in. He gets 5 on first down.
Yeah, it's at the 10-yard line. 2nd down and 5, 3:20 and counting here in this first quarter at Lawrence Central. Looking to the sideline for the next play, and now they're ready to go. Allen in shotgun formation, 1 running back, 4 wide receiver set. Trying to step up.
Ball's
pocket.
loose.
He had it knocked away. It was recovered by Gooden, the running back. Somebody for Center Grove got a piece of it.
Frankie Hayes. Frankie Hayes was covering, or was pressuring the quarterback there, and he stripped that, but fortunately for Lawrence Central, one of their old linemen got on that, but a big loss there, and now it's going to be 3rd and 11 on the 4.
Lost, 6 yards?
Now I wonder if Center Grove will bring some pressure here to try to speed up Allen a little bit. See if he throws it before he would like to.
Carson Sloan on the right side, the freshman. True Paxson showing pressure. He's coming. True's coming. Frankie Hayes backs off and almost got the safety. Gets rid of it, and the Trojans do make the tackle. Wow. Here on the perimeter, that's Vinny Hayes along with Kobe Cherry making the tackle on the receiver. That's Al Gooden III, the running back, making the catch. Man. He's taken down at the 6 and just a 2-yard gain.
LC flirting with danger right there, Kevin.
Almost
one of the
safety.
Center Grove guys had him in the end zone with their arms around him, but he flicked it out there. And great job by Vinny Hayes, but an even better job by Kobe Cherry of hustling down the field, because he shook out of that first tackle. If Cherry's not hustling down the field, then he's probably going to be able to get a first down. Instead, they got a punt from the back of their own end zone. And it's over his head.
That should be a safety, right?
Yes,
Cooper
sir.
Jordan, the punter, could not handle the high snap, so it's 2 points.
Well, I don't think
the Trojans.
I don't think our buddy Ted Kitchell could have handled that high snap, Kevin. Manute Bowl maybe would have been able to catch that at 7'7", but yeah, he snapped that about three yards over the punter's head, so no chance there. But that's all. What does that come back to, Kevin? Cornprope's punt. You punt the ball and you make them take over on their own 5-yard line, and man, they flirted with danger the first 3 plays. A loose ball there on the 1 reception. Then they fumbled it inside the 5. Then they about got tackled for a safety. So a great job by Cornpropes, and then your defense took over, and Center Grove gets a safety, and now they're going to get great field position here as Lawrence Central will have to punt it away from their own 20.
I think it's the option, punt or kick, but the thing is,
that's a good point.
I think he's punting right around 29, 30 yards, and his kickoffs are at 28.
That's a great point.
So I think he's punting a little bit better than kicking, but he's going to try to. He's teeing it up.
Tee up.
So he's going to. Yeah, he's averaging 28 on kickoffs, and you're kicking from the 20-yard line. So it's 9-0 Center Grove. Again, Lincoln Bright touchdown, 2-yard touchdown run, and now a safety. 9-zip Trojans. Center Grove, you would think, will get great field position once again. Jordan, pretty good kickoff. Line drive inside the 30. Tilton right up the middle to the LC 35. Well done.
No flags.
By Tilton. Just right down the middle of the field. Brody Tilton, the junior.
That was a great job. He didn't try to juke anybody. Didn't try to get in outside. It's just straight ahead. And when somebody kicks it that deep from their own 20-yard line, you obviously got kind of a 10 or 15-yard head start. And Tilton has very good speed. We saw him run away from some D1 guys at Trotwood last week, Kevin, and right there just straight up the gut, and now Center Grove in great field position again.
I would say that's about a 40-yard return by Brody Tilton. It's at the LC 32-yard line. 1:23 to play first quarter, 9-0 Center Grove. Oscar Sloan play action. He's throwing and completing to the freshman Youngs. And forward progress will get him to the 30-yard line, a gain of 2 yards.
Yeah, good sure tackle out there by DJ Summers. Once again, he's kind of one-on-one against Youngs. If he doesn't make that tackle, Youngs going to get big yardage. But good sure tackle out there. Youngs took care of the ball. Short gain on first down.
Second down and 8. We're inside a minute to play in this opening quarter. Reese Oliver splits out here to the right. 2 receivers to the left. Ricky Lange in the backfield. They fake it to Ricky to go underneath to Dom Barry, and he is chopped down. Gets airborne, hangs on to the football, gets back to his feet. Always worried about those low hits, especially against a big player like Dom Barry. He collects 4 yards.
Yeah, once again, Kearns and Woodfork out there for them. Kearns 32 tackles on the year, Woodfork 16.
3rd and 4, football at the LC 26-yard line. 10 seconds to play first quarter. Let's see if they get off the snap in time. They do. Ricky Lange is going to try to run for the first down. He's got it, and then some. 15, 10, 5, looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Ricky Lange, 26-yard run.
Run, Ricky, run. Touchdown number 1 for the sophomore, and right up the gut over that left side, and then one jump cut to the right, and he's off to the races. They catch him on the 5, but he's able to dive into the end zone for a touchdown. Last play of the first quarter.
6 touchdowns on the season for the sophomore Ricky Lange. 15-0 Center Grove. The Trojans will kick the PAT, and then we'll head to our quarter break. Dallas Cornprops out there to kick for the Trojans. Oliver, your holder. And the kick is good. 16-0. The Center Grove Trojans lead the Lawrence Central Bears here on the east side. Great start for Coach Moore and the Trojans. We'll take a break. This is CG Football presented by IU Health.
This is the place that's skill built. Here, highly skilled physicians never rest in their pursuit to heal, to comfort, to cure. With these hands, you'll receive nationally recognized heart care and Indiana's most leading-edge cancer care. With these hearts, with these guts, with these brains, you'll find the highest level of care in the state. This is the hope that's skill built, and it's around every corner of Indiana University Health.
Hey, I'm Jeff Saturday, and my favorite thing when I was a professional football player was Indiana. The Hoosier State always made me feel like family. That's why I trust Indiana's hometown mortgage lender, Bailey & Wood. This family-owned company not only gives back to the communities they serve, but also with their 5-star customer service, they can close on your dream home in days, not weeks. So remember, Indiana, you can always get your mortgages at a snap with Bailey & Wood.
Hey, Jeff, how does this look? Yay!
Not bad, bud, but let's stick to mortgages.
Great opening quarter for Coach Moore and the Trojans, leading Lawrence Central here on the road, 16-0. Central will kick off to begin quarter number 2. Rick, how about, again, Ricky Lange, 26-yard touchdown run right before the first quarter ended.
Well, and you kind of spread them out a little bit, third and long for Center Grove, and I think Lawrence Central thought that they were going to throw the ball, and instead a great job of kind of those hand fakes that Oscar does a very, very good job. Kind of a draw play to Lange, and man, he doesn't need much of a hole at all, Kevin, and he's off to the races. And Center Grove, very impressive first quarter.
Corn Probst puts the foot into it, drives it to the end zone for another touchback. He's got a couple of them tonight, 12 on the season. Bears will set up camp from their own 20. Once again, our presenting sponsor, one of them for our opening half, the Skin Lab. Discover your best skin yet at the Skin Lab, offering modern aesthetic treatments in a welcoming space where you're treated like family. Call 317-743-8997 or book online at theskinlab.com.
Still waiting, Kevin, on the invite for me and you and Austin and Sean to head to Skin Labs to work on our faces or something like that. I don't know.
I got a gift certificate for you guys for Christmas.
Perfect.
Gooden running the football. Minimal gain here on first down. He gets it to almost to the 25, around the 24-25.
Second down.
They'll spot it at the 25. Let's give him 5 yards.
Yeah, that's by far their best carry on the ground so far, and that's what they have to do. They cannot get in third and long situations with Allen. I know he's got some great statistics, but that makes it very difficult.
Once again, Gooden, this time he tries to get outside to the perimeter, and they string it out, the Center Grove defense, and they force him out of bounds. Minimal gain.
Yeah, that was great pursuit. He still got maybe 2, but Vinny Hayes was the first one on the left side that came up and kind of forced him to bounce it to the outside, and then great pursuit by Center Grove to make it 3rd and 3.
Ran to the short side of the field and ran out of real estate. 3rd and 3, the call for Coach Patterson and the Bears. Allen drops back, clean pocket, middle screen, tipped Lincoln Bright.
Oh, man, that was big, too, because they had guys out there.
Lincoln Bright tipped it, and it's an incomplete pass.
That is a great individual play by Lincoln Bright. He kind of sniffed it out, and yeah, they had 4 linemen out in front of Al Gooden, and man, he might still be running if Bright doesn't knock that one away. Huge play by the senior DN.
4th and 3, Jordan back out there to punt.
Well, if I'm on I might scoot up a little bit more.
Again, he averages right around 27 yards per punt. High, short. On calls for the fair catch at the Center Grove 46-yard line. There is a flag on the play right where Ane called for the fair catch.
Same guy
holding against Center Grove. 28 yards on the punt.
He's called 2 holds on Center Grove on the punts, and that's going to back them up. Man, you would have had great field position again, 46. And
was that Micaiah?
Yep.
It looked like Micaiah right in front of Ane is called for holding.
You don't really need to do that with a guy fair catching, so not a very deep punt, so he's probably not going to return that.
Holding Center Grove.
Football at the Trojan 36-yard line.
Trojans first and 10 at the 36.
two running back set this time for the Trojan. Ricky Lange off the right side, hops through the hole, now gets outside. He's to the 50, 45, 40 down the sideline to the 30, puts on the brakes and steps out of bounds at around the 28-yard line. Ricky Lange.
Oh, baby.
Wow, what a move. He started off the right side inside, and then he hopped it to the outside and found a lot of green.
Man, I wish we were doing video tonight, Kevin, so I could watch that one again, because that was an unbelievable. They talk about jump cuts all the time, and that young man made two of them right there and then bounced it to the outside for huge yardage on first down.
35 yards for Ricky Lange at the Lawrence Central 29-yard line.
So he's over 70 yards so far in the first just over a quarter.
Just a great jump cut to the outside. And then he accelerated down the sideline. They go back to Ricky Lange, trying to go between tackles. Again, that's not his strength. Obviously, he's more bounce it to the outside, to the perimeter. Rick, you kind of talked about that. Coach Moore talked about it as well in the pregame show. With all these injuries, Center Grove really doesn't have that big bruising back to run up the middle, if you will. This one looks like no gain. It'll bring up second down and 10.
Yeah, but a lot of times he just needs that little hole, Kevin. And if he can get through that initially through the tackles, then he can look to bounce it. But right there, good job by the LC defense to shut that down.
Second down and 10. Sloan, clean pocket, middle of the field. Lost one to the end zone, leads him too much. Eli Williams, the intended receiver. Good coverage by the Bears. Looked like DJ Summers was on the coverage for the Bears.
He was, and that one felt like Eli Williams. That might have been one where you throw the low kind of hard pass, because Eli Williams kind of had him on his back. Instead, Oscar kind of floated it out there, and it was well over Williams' head. So now 3rd and long for Center Grove on the 29.
He's throwing right at the sticks. Incomplete pass, looking for Cade Timmons. Heck of a job by the DB for Lawrence Central.
And a heck of a job by Cade Timmons is knocking that one away, because that had interception all over it by DJ Summers, and Timmons kind of reached in there and knocked it away. So we're going to get a field goal attempt here, Kevin.
46-yard attempt for Dallas Cornpropes. This will be his career best. Block is at the 36. So 46-yard attempt for Dallas.
Holding is number 81, Reese Oliver.
From the right hash, movement.
Center Grove moved, and he
movement,
had the distance.
flags.
Man. Wow, he had the distance. Darn it.
He needs that football back. He went ahead and got a practice swing in. We need that football back. So march it back 5 yards. So Rick, now a 51-yard attempt. He's done 55 in practice. I know there's a difference between practice and game, but
he's telling Coach, I got it in me, Coach. I mean,
you saw what he just did.
Yeah, the good thing, and I think he's going to give him a shot. The good thing about, or are they just going to punt now?
No, the block is out there. 51-yard attempt. Again, he did go ahead and kick that last one on that penalty, and it had the distance.
Yeah, the good thing is if he just gets it in the end zone, it just goes to the 20-yard line, right?
So 51-yard attempt. I think the record for Center Grove is 53 by Dom Mancini. Line drive kick. It's got the leg. Is it good? It's good.
It's good.
Yes, sir.
Dallas Cornpropes.
Got it.
He is pumped.
19-zip Trojans. 51 yards. Again, I think the school record, I believe, is 53.
Is that Mancini?
Dom Mancini. It's either 53 or 56. I want to say 53.
I know Eckert had 2 50-yarders in the back-to-back.
That's right, against Carmel.
State championship. Well, first one was blown dead, and then he drilled another one. But I think you're right. That was 50. So, yeah, Mancini, man, and credit him. Drilled a 46-yarder and then turned around and said, I can do it from 51, and by golly, he did it. He's going to kick this one out of the end zone, guys. I think he's a little fired up on this kickoff.
And really no wind tonight at all. That was all Dallas Cornpropes. No wind on that field goal. So that's another $5 to the CG Education Foundation. Compliments of State Farm agent Eric Kwiatkowski.
How many? You probably didn't have more than maybe 2 or 3 additional yards on that, Kevin. They didn't get over by much, but man, what a kick and a pick me up for Dallas Corn Perps.
For the Bears, Corn Perps to kick for the Trojans.
Dallas puts the right foot into it. This one is going to be high and just inside the 10 at around that 6-7 yard line. Trying to cut it across the field, taken down at the 15. That is
Biergard and Goins, I think, number 3.
Akucha with the return. Tried to go across the field, and he was absolutely smothered as he came across the 15.
And a flag as well. So if that's against LC, that's going to back them up inside the 10-yard line. And it is holding on the return, so they're going to take over on the 7-yard line to start this drive. Man, their starting field positions have been absolutely horrible.
Bears take over first 10 from the 8.
So it's at the LC 8-yard line. Allen in shotgun formation, empty backfield, 5 receivers across the middle, threw it behind his receiver, incomplete. That's Al Gooden, the third. The running back lined up as a receiver, but he just threw it behind him. He's been a little bit off tonight.
He's got a little bit of happy feet in that pocket, Kevin. Center Grove's done a pretty good job of getting pressure on him with just that front 4. And right there, Gooden sneaks out of the backfield. Actually, they've got 5 wide receivers, one of those being Gooden.
He's in the slot, so they got 5 receivers again. They're going to Gooden again, and he dropped it. Threw it behind him a little bit. It was a catchable pass, but again, I just think Allen, he seems you're right, happy feet, just rushing in that pocket.
Yeah, now you got a 3rd and long situation again. If Center Grove can force another punt, we've seen what's happened a couple times with them punting from their own end zone.
Third and 10, the call for the Bears. 4 receivers to the left, 1 here to the right. Allen stands tall in the pocket. Now he scrambles left, extends the play, floats one deep, and it's caught at the Lawrence Central 45. He's out of bounds. Put that one right on the money.
Yeah, he did. He had a guy just run a pattern, and Center Grove was kind of playing center field there, but didn't get over there enough. And Allen got a little bit more time to throw the ball, and man, that's a huge, huge play. By far the best play of the first half for Lawrence Central.
Antonio Williams, senior receiver, with the reception, 36 yards at the LC 45. First down for the Bears, 9:45 to play. We're in the second quarter. Allen throws a dart. It's complete and knocked out of bounds at the 50-yard line, 5 yards for the Bears. Al Gooden with the reception.
Well, once again, they're not even very similar to Trotwood last week, Kevin. They didn't even try to run the ball in the last 2.5 quarters. They just put 5 wide receivers and said, we're just going to try to throw the ball and beat you that way.
Once again, empty backfield. Santana Allen drops, looking, now he's under pressure, gets rid of it, gets out of the tackle box, throws it out of bounds, incomplete pass. He felt the pressure, and he threw it away.
Cam Linder right there was on the pursuit from that left defensive end position.
Cam's got a couple of sacks on the season. Yeah, he's coming off that left side of the line. Kobe right up the middle. Looks like Stanley's on the – is that Stanley on the right side?
You got Van Gatz on the right defensive end, giving Bryant a little bit of a blow this series.
Fresh D-line up there for the Trojans. 3rd and 5. Allen is going to be taken down, sacked. Wow. What a move. Was that Cherry? Yes. Kobe Cherry with the sack.
6'5", 285, and you do a spin move like that, Kevin. That's not fair. That's not fair at all.
3 sacks for Kobe Cherry this season. The football all the way back at the 42-yard line. A loss of 8 yards brings up 4th and 13. The Bears will have to punt. Another $5 for the CG Education Foundation with that sack. Compliments of Hudson Industrial Services.
We're going to have to ask his dad, Josh, up here if he's the one that's been teaching him that or if he gets that from his mom, Kelly. Oh, another. And that's shanked.
Wow, just not good. Bad snap, bad punt, goes out of bounds, barely gets across the 50. Again, special teams play. In my research today, looking at punt averages and kickoff averages, just not good. That one only covers 12 yards. And if you're playing a team like Center Grove that is extremely good on special teams, that's where you can get the advantage. Center Grove has the football at its own 46-yard line.
Well, and that one was snapped high, went over his head, but he was able to get back and then try to get it off. But, man, just a dismal punt again.
Ricky Lange trying to get it up the middle. Some tough yards. Gets it to the 49, 3 yards for the sophomore as we approach 8.5 minutes to play in the first half. Center Grove 19, Lawrence Central 0.
Yeah, once again, I got to talk about those guys up front. Mandabach, TJ Knight, Lincoln Kuntz at center, and then the left side, Seifries and Weber. And tack on along with those guys, Don Berry, who Coach Moore raves about being a great blocking tight end.
Second down and 7. Couple of running backs in the backfield. Sloan's throwing to Don Berry, the tight end. He's trying to get away from the defender, trying to get that first down. He does get away from the defender, and he's right at the first down sticks.
That's a great individual effort. My initial thought was, what are you doing going backwards, Dom? And just try to lean it forward, but he broke a couple tackles and just reached it across that first down marker. Another first down for Center Grove, and they're inside of Lawrence Central Territory.
Yeah, at the Bear 44, 6 yards for Don Berry. Great individual effort to pick up the first down. Now Dom, he's here on the left side in the slot. Running the football with Ricky Lange. He pops it out to the right side. He's close to another first down. He's out of bounds near the 35.
Man, so quick, Kevin, and such. Man, he just puts his foot in the ground and can make that jump cut. And, man, he picks up, 8 yards on first down?
Down, 8 yards, you're right. They'll spot it at the 36.
Now's when you can maybe go play action here and see if you can get somebody deep.
Second down and 3. They're going to hand it off to Tilton. He runs it outside. He's got the first down. Boy, he's got some speed. Not very big like Lange, but a lot of speed. He accelerates down the sideline for the first down.
And you know what I want to talk about on that one, Kevin? Big number 67, Charlie Mandabach, the Grand Valley State commit, 6'6", 250. Guess who was about 5 yards in front of Tilton when he finished his run, continuing to block all the way down the field. And he just got on his guy and just his feet were on skates, and he just rode him all the way down the field.
12 yards for Tilton. First down for the Trojans at the LC 24. Sticking with Tilton, he's wrapped up at the 20. 4 yards for Tilton.
Still great gain on first down. Got 4 yards. That LC defense looks tired already. They've been on this field a lot in this first half.
Second down and 6 for the Trojans at the LC 20. Jaden Dorsey, DB, makes the tackle for the Bears. Looks like Lange back in, play action. Oscar rolls right. He's under pressure, throws it away. Good decision. Looking for Timmons, I believe, on the down and out.
Well, I think he was looking for Barry first, but Barry was covered short, and then he threw it long. Honestly, the DBs for LC have been pretty decent so far, Kevin. They've knocked down some passes, almost had an interception. It's just that front seven that Center Grove has dominated so far on the ground.
Center Grove facing 3rd and 6. Football at the Lawrence Central 20. 6:33 to play. We're in the second quarter. 19-0. Center Grove leads it. Ricky Lange.
Good tackle.
Hit hard. Once again, that's Jaden Dorsey with the tackle, short of the first down. They'll spot him at the 17-yard line.
You're obviously
3 yards.
You're obviously in field goal range, Kevin, but no indication. Coach Moore's saying we're going to go for it. You got what, 3, maybe 4 yards?
Actually, it's going to be at the 8-yard line, so a couple of yards at the 18. 4th and 4 is the call. Center Grove huddling, appearing to go for it.
Unless they try to draw them off, Kevin.
Couple of running backs in the backfield, 3 wide receivers in shotgun formation. Oscar takes the snap. He's going to go underneath with the pass to Ricky Lange. He's trying to run after the catch, and he's going to be short of the first down. Good job by the Bear defense. Really pursued quickly to Lange.
Yeah, those guys are too fast in that defensive backfield. That's definitely a strength of theirs that we've seen here in the first half is those guys, and once again they stepped up.
That was Young and Dorsey on the tackle. Football's at the 17, so it looks like he got 1 yard. Turnover on downs.
Yeah, great job of holding there for LC.
5:49 to play. We're in the first half. The Bears back out on the field with the offense. Center Grove has controlled this game up to this point. Let's see if the Bears can get some momentum following this stop by the defense. 4 receivers, 1 running back. Santana Allen, the senior quarterback, in the gun. He's going to hand it off to Gooden. Some good yards up the middle to the 25-yard line, 8 yards. Found a little bit of a seam up the middle. Again, he's quite a load. He's 6'3", 185 pounds.
Yeah, he's averaging, Kevin, 5.2 yards per carry coming in.
Frankie Hayes makes the tackle. Now they fake the handoff to Gooden. Quick pass. It's complete right at the first down sticks. Good pursuit by the Trojans. It will be a first down, but really no yards after catch.
Well, and it's one of those things, Kevin. If they want to throw it around 35 or 40 times, you know what Center Grove need to do, come up, make good, sure tackles, hit them every time. And, you know, some of those balls then in the second half, after you've been hit 5 or 6, 7 times, you decide that you're not that anxious about going up and getting that ball anymore.
Dalen Lewis, 4-yard reception, gets the first down at the LC 29, and now the quarterback is hit. I think he gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, if it's a tackle for loss, and that's Vinny Hayes that is going to get that, but he's, I think, right
back to the 29, the line of scrimmage. Yeah. You're right. Hayes almost got himself a sack, but no gain. 4:40 and counting to play in the first half. 2nd down and 10 for the Bears. Bright on the left side of the line. You got Sloan on the right side, the freshman. Stanley and Cherry up the middle, Cherry just absolutely stuffed anything that was coming through on that right side of the line.
You had the right defensive end or linebacker. Yeah, Frankie Hayes got him low, and then Kobe just, demolished him for short gain.
1 yard for Gooden at the 30-yard line. 3rd and long here for the Bears. Looks like 3rd and 9. Down to 5 on the play clock. Allen scrambling. There's a flag. He's going to throw it out of bounds. Incomplete pass, but there's a flag in the backfield, one would think, holding against the Bears.
Yeah, they'll decline that, but that time it was the freshman Carson Sloan in pursuit, number 96. He was in the backfield early against Allen, and Allen was running for his life. He wisely threw it out of bounds, but that holding penalty will be declined, and Center Grove will force the punt again, and we've seen what an adventure is every time that Lawrence Central goes back to punt.
Last punt, 12 yards. Not a very good snap last time. Of course, early on in the first quarter, a bad snap resulted in a safety. 2 points for the Trojans. Jordan out there, Cooper Jordan, he's a sophomore. On a back deep for the Trojans to return. 3:35 on the clock. We're in the second quarter. Good snap. High punt. And Onay is going to be hit before he got
How
the
is
ball.
that?
There's the
There's
flag.
the flag.
He hit him too soon. You got to let the return man hit to catch the ball. He was hit too soon. There is a flag. Santana Hector hit him too soon. Absolutely blew up on A. Got to give him every opportunity to catch the football.
Yeah, and that's 15 yards right there. So
29 yards on the punt, and then you're going to get a 15-yard penalty.
So Center Grove should take over inside of LC territory again with great field position.
He tried to time it out. He just got there too soon. Let's see if it'll be. Is it 15 yards or is it 10?
It's supposed to be 15 yards. So that should be the 44, I think, of LC.
Yes, 44-yard line. LC 44 for the Trojans. 3:27 to work with here in this opening half.
And obviously, it'd be huge if you can get some points on the board here heading into halftime, Kevin, and then you get the ball back to start the third quarter.
Oscar Sloan, quick screen pass to Youngs. Slips on the turf, dives forward to the 39, 5 yards for the freshman.
Right, he had a blocker out in front. I don't know who that was out there, if that was Francis or somebody else.
Francis was here on the left.
It was Timmons out there.
Timmons on the right side. And again, he kind of turned up, tripped on the turf. Maybe the turf monster got him. Football to 39. Again, 5-yard pickup. Second down and 5. We're under 3 minutes to play here in the first half. And off to Ricky Lange. Some tough yards. Going to be a couple yards short of the first down. To the 36. 3 yards for the sophomore.
I would say you're probably in 4-down territory here, Kevin. Obviously, you don't want to give LC any kind of momentum heading into halftime, but look at your big offensive line and say, I need 2 yards and 2 downs, boys. Go get it.
Sloan hands it off to Tilton. He is chopped down at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
That's Kearns again. Man, he's been really good. Coming up to run support. I mean, he's been fantastic, and that was probably back to the line of scrimmage. So now 4th and 2.
Football at the 36. This Bear defense starting to make some plays. 4th and 2 for the Trojans. Lange behind Sloan. Sloan's going to hand it off to Ricky. Can Ricky get the 2 yards? He does, and he's to the 30 and taken down at the 29. Give him 6 to 7 yards on the play.
Yeah, and this time they go around the right side behind Mandebach and TJ Knight on that right side, and a great job by those guys, and Center Grove picks up a big first down. Now, minute 30 left in the second quarter. Center Grove still has all 3 timeouts. Start to go a little bit quicker.
7 yards, that's at the 29. 1st and 10. Lange takes the handoff. Once again, he bounces it to the outside, and they're going to ride him out of bounds at the 25. 4 yards for Ricky Lange.
Yeah, not a bad idea for Ricky once he started to get tackled there. He just kind of ran to the sideline and got escorted out.
Stops the clock with 1:19 to play in the second quarter.
Great gain on first down, though, again, Kevin. Almost 5.
We know one thing, Center Grove is in field goal range. Trojans, though, looking for more than just a field goal. We'll see what they can come up with. They fake the handoff to Ricky Lange. Plenty of time for Sloan going to the end zone. A lot of battle and a lot of hand contact.
Man.
No flag, incomplete pass. The intended receiver was Reese Oliver. I think there was some, both the defender and offensive player, both of them were doing a little.
A lot of hand fighting.
Hand fighting, yeah, I would say so.
Elite Elijah Woodfork out there, 6'1", 170. He had good position on Reese Oliver, like you said. 3rd and a long 5 for Center Grove.
Center Grove has to get it on the other side of the 20 for a first down. 1:12 to play in this opening half. Oscar is going to hand it off to Ricky Lange on the short side of the field, and he is rocked as he comes across to the 25. He gets it to maybe the 24, 1 yard.
41, Antonio Ford.
He's one of their top tacklers. He put an absolute hit on him. They'll put it at the 24. Fourth, I would call it a long 4.
Center Grove going to let this run down. Kevin Wisely, Coach Moore, let this run all the way down. I'd be surprised if he goes for this and doesn't just try to kick another field goal with Corn Propes and get more than a 3-touchdown lead heading into halftime.
So 26 seconds left to play in the first half. Timeout call by Coach Moore. Let's go to our Dan Gandolf Financial Services scoreboard. At
Hey, I'm Jeff
Westfield,
Saturday, and my
second
favorite
quarter,
thing-
10-7. The Shamrocks lead the Brownsburg Bulldogs. Carmel shutting out North Central 35-0. That's in the second quarter. Lawrence North at home, 21-7 over Ben Davis in the second quarter. At Warren Central leading Pike 14-6 also in the second. Second quarter, Fishers at home leading Avon 16-8. HSC on the road tonight at Zionsville, and the Eagles lead the Royals 21-10 in the second. Cathedral at home, I think they're playing at UIndy, I heard tonight. They're leading Trotwood Madison 15-0 in the second quarter. Roncalli at home against Brebeuf 29-7 in the second quarter. Noblesville at Franklin Central. It's 16-3 Flashes in the second quarter. Decatur Central leads Plainfield 16-13. That's in the second quarter. Bloomington South at home 34-7 leading Southport.
Hey, Southport scored.
First points of the year.
Only took game 6. Wow.
This will be what, Rick? A 41-yard attempt by Corn Propes on the field goal. 26.5 seconds left to play first half. He just made a 51-yard field goal from the right hash. This one from 41 yards out on the right hash. Oliver with the hold. And we got whistles on the field. He's going to get another kick at it.
What are we doing?
I think there was a timeout called by LC. And he just got a practice swing, and I think he put it through. But it's not going to count, but he got a practice swing. Coach Patterson calls the timeout to try and ice Corn Propes. He called that timeout right before the snap. But he looked good on that one. Had plenty of distance.
All right, so Kevin, you tell me, do you want your kicker getting a practice swing? What if he misses it? And then is he thinking about it too much then? I've seen varying thoughts on that.
Depends on the kicker and his mindset. Most kickers have short-term memories. It's the next kick. It's all about the next kick.
Well, I mean, there's only one person in our box here that's kicked collegiately. That's Mr. Guilfoy here for the Little Giants of Wabash. Did you ever kick a field goal or an extra point or just punt?
All punts.
He was just a punter. I gave you
Listen to him, just a punter.
Gave you more credit than I.
Specialist or special, Rick Embry. Don't forget it.
Yes, sir. You won't ever let us forget about that. Special teams has played a big factor in tonight's ball game.
To my point. All right, he's going to try it again. Right hash, 41-yard attempt for Dallas Corn Propes. Good snap to hold. Plenty of leg. Is it through the uprights? It is good.
Wow.
Well done, Dallas Corn Propes. 22-0, Center Grove. 2 for 2 on the field goals tonight. 4 for 4 on the season.
Yeah, 2 for 2 on a couple little chip shots there, Kevin, huh?
Yeah, 51, 41. Yeah, that is true. Sean Guilfoy, he's a weapon.
Well, but I mean, you talked about it in the
pregame show.
In the pregame, Kevin, that's why there's 3 facets to
that is correct
to every game: offense, defense, and special teams. And right now, you could make the argument that Center Grove. Well, not the argument. Center Grove has 8 points on the board from their special teams in this first half, and that's a big deal. Why they're up 22-0. And several other short fields because of the other side not getting very much distance on their punts. Kevin, I like the drive here a little bit more than our one last Friday. Not that I didn't enjoy spending 5-6 hours of my time with you in Austin going to
I even put minute work on for you.
You did put minute work. You've done that both of our long trips this year, but I'm not going to lie. Even the north side traffic, northeast side traffic,
a little more tolerable.
Was more tolerable on a 40-minute drive versus 2 hours.
I would agree. Rick and I both were able to take in the Minute Work concert this past summer.
It's fantastic. Toto, Minute Work, Christopher Cross.
How many times have you seen Minute Work? 5, 6?
6 times in 5 different states, but who's counting?
You are. They were fantastic. Another great kickoff by Cornpropes. It's a touchback about 2 yards deep. Well done. Boy, he's had himself a ball game. I don't think I've ever awarded a kicker as Texas Roadhouse Player of the Game, but right now I think Dallas Cornpropes might be our winner tonight at this point, at least in the first half.
That's saying something when your own son was a punter for Center Grove that he didn't get the award at least once during his time punting.
We didn't give the award back in 2015.
That's a good
We've
point.
only been doing the award from Texas Roadhouse like the last season and this season. So
You're right. I mean, he's right there, Kevin, in the discussion so far. Looks like they're just going to take a knee and head to the locker room. They are.
Taking the knee. You're right. Let that clock run out. What a first half. Up next, our Ray Skillman Auto Group halftime show. Scores and more. Center Grove leads it here at halftime, 22-0 over the Bears of Lawrence Central. What a great first half of the Trojans' offense, defense, and special teams. Tonight's game presented by IU Health. This is Trojan football.
This is the place that's skill built. Here, highly skilled physicians never rest in their pursuit to heal, to comfort, to cure. With these hands, you'll receive nationally recognized heart care and Indiana's most leading-edge cancer care. With these hearts, with these guts, with these brains, you'll find the highest level of care in the state. This is the hope that's skill built, and it's around every corner of Indiana University Health.
At the barn at Bayhorse Inn, timeless charm and natural beauty create one of Indiana's most unforgettable settings. Surrounded by woods yet close to the city, it's where weddings, celebrations, and life's most meaningful moments become cherished memories. Right out front, the land has taken on new purpose with Shiloh's Corner, a Cunningham Group development. Named after Shiloh, a special horse who once roamed that very pasture, this project honors the land's history while creating new spaces for dining, retail, and community connection. And just down the road, you'll find the stables of Bayhorse Inn, where riders of all ages discover the joy of horseback riding. From first lessons to the show ring, from pony parties to camps for kids, the stables celebrate the magic of the horse and the community it inspires. Together, these places reflect a vision of growth, tradition, and connection, where memories are made and Greenwood continues to thrive.
The GMC Sierra EV exceeds everything you thought an electric truck could be. Navigate your way with a massive customizable touchscreen. Experience the convenience of hands-free driving with Super Cruise. And the Sierra EV can double as a mobile power source with 10 outlets, even powering your home for up to 21 days. This month only, lease a GMC Sierra EV for as low as $749 a month and never be left in the dark again. Only at Ray Skillman GMC.
Don't settle for average. Choose Mark Linder, president of the Mark Linder team at Century 21 Sheets. From cozy starter homes to million-dollar houses and everything in between, he sells them all. With over 30 years of experience and consistently in the top 1% of real estate agents in the state of Indiana, Mark Linder knows this market like the back of his hand. Mark Linder supports the Trojans and our community because it's not just his job, it's his home. And just like any great football player, Mark Linder can tackle it all. Everybody gets the same care and attention, no matter who you are. Mark is proud to call Johnson County home, but even prouder to help others do the same. Blue signs, expert advice, and results that speak for themselves.
In the heart of Center Grove, where hard work runs deep and neighbors look out for each other, you'll find Johnson's Hauling and Excavating.
We specialize in commercial projects, including land clearing, site and utilities, completed with precision, safety, and pride. This isn't just a business, it's a family legacy. Born and raised right here in Center Grove, we built a reputation on trust, reliability, and getting the job done right.
When it's time to start your next project, make Johnson's your first call.
This is the Ray Skillman Auto Group halftime show. Center Grove leading the Lawrence Central Bears here at intermission, 22-0. Rick and I were just discussing during that commercial timeout. That might have been one of the best halves Center Grove's played this season. I know special teams-wise, probably the best. Defensively, maybe the best. And offensively, right there. They were solid with the offense here in the first half. So overall, Rick, just a wonderful first half for Center Grove.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, the offense probably right around 175 yards or so total offense, mostly on the ground. But that defense was fantastic. The defense got a pick to start out with, Kevin, which set up the 2-yard Lincoln Bright, and that was a pick by Vinny Hayes, and that set up the short 3-play drive from the 11-yard line, and Bright punched it in. And then your special teams step up after your defense does a great job of holding them inside the 5-yard line. They snap the ball over the punter's head to make that 9-0, and then you get a short field due to the great return by I think that was that Tilton that went straight up the middle on that return, and Center Grove gets a short field, and Ricky Lange takes it in at the last play of the first quarter. Kevin, Ricky Lange once again has been very, very good. He's over 100 yards at halftime.
So here's your halftime statistics. Sloan, the quarterback for Center Grove, 5 of 11, 19 yards. Don Berry, 2 catches, 11 yards. Ricky Lange, 15 carries, 105 yards. As Rick said, had that 1 touchdown, 26-yard touchdown run. How about Dallas Cornpropes? 2 field goals, 51 yards and 41 yards. And for Lawrence Central, the quarterback, Allen, 7 of 16, 68 yards passing, 1 interception, and good. Their running back, 6 carries for 20 yards. So, again, just a great all-around first half for the Center Grove Trojans. They lead it 22-0. And Austin, let's go to our Dan Gandolf Financial Services scoreboard, see what we have. I'm sure most of these scores now at halftime. Westfield, Rick, at halftime at home, Shamrocks 10, Brownsburg 7. They got the number 1 team in the state on the ropes at the moment.
And to hold them to 7 points in one half is really saying something about how much that Westfield team has improved from week 1 when Carmel drilled them pretty good.
Late in the first half, Carmel shutting out North Central 49-0. That's going to be a running clock in the second half. Lawrence North at home, halftime, leading Ben Davis in a mid game 21-7. Pike at Warren Central, the Warriors 28, Red Devils 12 in the second quarter. At halftime, Fishers leading Avon at home 16-8. Second quarter, Zionsville leading HSC 21-10. A little bit of a surprise there.
That is a little surprise.
We played Trotwood last week, and now Trotwood playing at Cathedral at UIndy tonight. It's at halftime. The Irish lead the Rams 18-6. Of course, the Center Grove Trojans host Cathedral next Friday for homecoming. Roncalli at home winning big over Brebeuf 44-7. That's late in the second quarter. And Franklin Central at home leading Noblesville 16-3. Decatur Central at halftime leads Plainfield by 3, 16-13. Southport at Bloomington South, the number 2 team in Class 5A, and Bloomington South with a large lead of 44-7. Once again here at intermission at Lawrence Central, the Center Grove Trojans shutting out the Bears 22-0. And Rick, again, I'm not for sure what you do for second half. The Trojans just got to keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah, they got to. They're probably not that happy with their passing game. If you want to find something to be critical about, they didn't get a lot of good pass plays. But I think a big part of that is that that defensive backfield for Lawrence Central is really, really fast, really, really good tacklers. So you continue to run the ball, and you run the ball for probably 150 yards in the first half, and Coach Moore's never going to be tired of that. So, but that defense has been really, really good so far. They've made Lawrence Central very one-dimensional, and like we said last week, you make a team throw the ball 30 or 40 times, you're going to have mistakes, and Allen has been kind of jumpy in that pocket a little bit. He's really probably lucky to only have one interception and no fumbles, because a couple other times he came close to putting it on the turf. One time he did put it on the turf, and they recovered it. So Center Grove gets the ball to start the second half. Honestly, Kevin, if Center Grove can get the ball, march it down the field, and score a touchdown, I think this ball game is going to get out of hand quickly. But with as many weapons as they have, you can't let them get back in the game.
Our Race Going Auto Group halftime show continues after this timeout. Center Grove at halftime, 22-0 here at Lawrence Central. This is CG Football, presented by IU Health.
This is the place that's skill built. Here, highly skilled physicians never rest in their pursuit to heal, to comfort, to cure. With these hands, you'll receive nationally recognized heart care and Indiana's most leading-edge cancer care. With these hearts, with these guts, with these brains, you'll find the highest level of care in the state. This is the hope that's skill built, and it's around every corner of Indiana University Health.
Our clients operate in a world of constant evolution. At Forvis Mazars, we always look ahead. Listening to our clients' unique challenges and needs, we deliver audit and assurance, tax, and consulting solutions that are tailored and personal. We are Forvis Mazars, built for what's next.
Get a $39 furnace tune-up from Peterman Brothers. September only, we're running a preseason deal for our peak performance tune-up. Get peace of mind you won't have any heating surprises for just $39. Visit PetermanHVAC.com to schedule today.
Some people spend all day washing and buffing their ride to shiny perfection by hand. But you've learned the fine art of delegation.
The Southwestern Indiana Sports Network offers high school fans a chance to follow your favorite team. Check out our website at www.swisportsnetwork.com. Search for our Roku channel by searching SWI Sports Network. The Southwestern Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosenwer Communications. Go Trojans!
If you could live anywhere, where would it be? And what would it be like? With today's home values, this is the perfect time to sell and make those dreams real. When you work with a world-class agent at Coldwell Banker, you benefit from trusted guidance and our revolutionary seller's assurance program to make your home sale more rewarding than ever. So it really is true. Your dreams don't have to be just dreams.
The GMC Sierra EV exceeds everything you thought an electric truck could be. Navigate your way with a massive customizable touchscreen. Experience the convenience of hands-free driving with Super Cruise. And the Sierra EV can double as a mobile power source with 10 outlets, even powering your home for up to 21 days. This month only, lease a GMC Sierra EV for as low as $749 a month and never be left in the dark again. Only at Ray Skillman GMC.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Ray Skillman Auto Group Halftime Show. 22-0 Center Grove leads the Lawrence Central Bears here on the road tonight. Time for our Center Grove Sports Report. Coming up tomorrow, the girls golf team will be participating in the regional in Franklin at the Legends Golf Club. Center Grove this past week finished second place in the sectional to Franklin at the Hickory Stick Golf Club. And Rick, that should be one heck of a regional tomorrow. The top three teams that finish in that regional will advance to the state finals next week. And Center Grove is right there with Franklin. I think Batesville's in there, maybe Floyd Central, and New Albany, I heard, is pretty good as well.
Yeah, you kind of got the last ranking. Center Grove was 7, Franklin was 6, and I think Batesville was 8 or 9. And then you had Floyd Central around 15. So it's probably going to be those four, maybe, like you said, New Albany, in the mix for those 3 spots. Center Grove's just going to have to take care of business. I mean, they did a good job in the sectional, kind of went down to the wire with them and Franklin pulled that one out. But that was a weird situation, Kevin, with rained out after you played several holes in the first day, and then you have to come back, and it was kind of a foggy, kind of wet, rainy type of day then the next day. So you flush that. Tomorrow you should have beautiful weather all day long, and you just got to play 18 holes and hopefully advance back to state.
Also tomorrow, the girls soccer team having a fine season, just a couple of losses on the year. Going to be hosting the Trojan Classic, 10 o'clock, McCutcheon, 1:30 Jeffersonville. We'll be there with the live stream of those 2 matches, compliments of Reese Restoration, but the girls are playing well.
Yeah, they are, and it's a fantastic team to watch. And Kevin, they're running out of, I think they got maybe 1-2 more weeks of regular season, and I'm sure you're going to mention here when you give the boys tennis update, but all 3 of those teams, boys soccer, girls soccer, and boys tennis, will have their sectional pairings draw on Sunday night. So boys tennis will get started in sectional next week, and then girls and boys start the following week with sectional play.
Boys soccer seems like they're really starting to catch on. Again, a very, very difficult schedule. They played Noblesville last night to a 1-1 draw, and they're going to be ramping up for the state tournament in a couple of weeks, but it seems like they're starting to hit their stride.
They are. You can see that they're playing a little bit better, scoring some more goals. That's where they struggled early in the year, Kevin, but a really fun match to call the other night against East Central that ended up in a 3-3 draw. But then once again, they played a very, very good team up on the north side, Noblesville, and it was another draw last night. So I was looking at their schedule. The last 4 teams they played, Kevin, a combined 36-7, and 2 out of those 4 they've gotten draws so far. So they're once again play a tough schedule to get ready for the postseason.
The boys and girls cross-country teams were Johnson County champs last weekend, and I know they're going to be getting ready for the state run as well, but they're turning in both really good seasons this season.
And I think tomorrow is when they have that state preview meet out in Terre Haute. That's usually in the evening. So I think some of the team goes and runs in a different invitational during the day, and then the main varsity folks go play in that one. So they're both having very good seasons so far.
And boys tennis tonight hosted the Jasper Wildcats in the Trojan Classic, the first round of the Trojan Classic. The Trojans juggled their lineup for senior night, took a loss to Jasper 4-1. I know they beat Jasper earlier in the season, but tonight, again, juggling the lineup a little bit. But they're going to have a couple of more matches coming up tomorrow in the Trojan Classic. They're going to play Homestead tomorrow along with Zionsville, but I think they're trending in the right direction. They've had a fine season.
Well, and tonight he played a lot of the seniors in that lineup, so that might have been the reason. But, I mean, how's this for a final week of the regular season, Kevin? The boys tennis team played number 9 Bloomington South Tuesday, number 1 Carmel last night, number 11 Jasper tonight, number 2 Homestead tomorrow, and number 4 Zionsville tomorrow. Hey, Coach Beasley, why don't you play some teams to get ready for the postseason?
That's
oh, my
right.
gosh. So they'll get going next week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday will be the Center Grove sectional.
Rick, last night you and I had the girls volleyball senior night stream, and they beat a very good Bloomington South team 3-love last night, and they're also kind of playing their best volleyball right now, and they're just a few weeks away from the state tournament, and they're going to play in the county tournament this Thursday.
Yeah, they got a pretty daunting schedule this week, Jennings County, and then county semis and hopefully finals on Thursday, and then they play a couple really good Northside teams, Noblesville and HSE next Saturday down at Franklin. So I think they're playing much better, Kevin, and that's a fun group to watch as well.
Also, girls volleyball tomorrow. They're going to have a fundraiser, a car wash over at Home Bank on State Road 135 from 10 o'clock in the morning until 1 in the afternoon. So if you need your car wash, head over to Home Bank between 10 and 1 and help support the Center Grove girls volleyball program. All right, we're ready for the second half. Center Grove will return to begin the second half. That concludes our Race Going Auto Group halftime show. Center Grove up 22-0. This will be the first time, second time because of the safety. Second time tonight the LC Bears will kick off.
Yeah, the other one was on the safety.
Yeah, the safety. He did decent on that. He didn't do too bad. His average on the season, if you can believe it, is around 28 yards. This is Cooper Jordan. Did better last week, I was told, against Pike, and this one's going to be just inside the 15 at the 14. That's Eli Williams. He's upended as he comes across the 25. He'll end up at the Center Grove 26-yard line.
Honestly, that was a great kick because he kind
Sure
of
was.
pinned Williams right on the sideline there. Williams did the wise thing. You can't let that bounce, and then all of a sudden it bounces back into the play. The field of play, and somebody gets on that. But this is by far, Kevin, the worst starting field position for Center Grove. That's why, if you're Lawrence Central, one thing you can look at is, man, they had the ball 6 or 7 times on our side of the field, and we still only gave up 22 points.
Sloan in the gun. Hand off to Ricky Lange, going off the left side of the line. Picks up some good yardage on first down. He'll be spotted at the 33. Give him 7 yards.
Yeah, that's a great gain on first down. And I got a feeling you're going to see a lot of Ricky Lange and Brody Tilton here in the second half. Your Coach Moore. Love nothing more than just to grind this one out and head back south with a victory.
On 2nd and 3, right back to Lange, and this time he is gobbled up. Wow, he ran right into the big defensive lineman. He came across unblocked.
Joel Hackett, 6 foot, 252 pounds there, and you're right. Somebody missed an assignment right there.
A loss of 3 yards. He swallowed up Ricky Lange.
Hackett, only 14 tackles on the year.
He looks bigger than that.
Yeah.
On the weight. 3rd and 6. Oscar's throwing. Stands tall in the pocket across the middle. Incomplete pass. It was bobbled. Dropped by Roman Youngs.
Man, that was a pretty ball there by Oscar. You're right.
Montez Young, I think, got a piece of it on the defense.
Yeah, he had his hands on it initially and then kind of bobbled it, and that would have been obviously a huge gain that might actually take that one to the house. But a good job by Lawrence Central's defense to start this second half.
Dallas Cornpropes into punt for the Trojans. Good hang time, not very much distance, but takes a roll here for the Center Grove Trojans. All the way inside the 30, out of bounds at the Lawrence Central 29-yard line. 41 yards on the punt for Cornpropes.
Yeah, and the most important thing in Coach Moore's eyes is net 41 as well. No return yards on that one.
And no opportunity to return that one. He kicks it away from the return men, down the sideline and out of bounds. A couple of running backs, different look here for the Bears in the backfield. Allen in shotgun formation, 3 receivers, inside handoff, new running back. This is Jamari Simmons to the 36. 7 yards for Simmons.
Yeah, Simmons on the year comes in only 4 carries for 34 yards. Obviously a good average, but not used very much, but he picks up great yardage on first down.
He's a junior, 5'9", 191 pounds, and he stays in the ball game again. They went with a pretty much either an empty backfield or 1 running back. They're going with 2 to begin things here in the third quarter.
Yeah, nothing right there. So obviously they tried Simmons then to the left side, trying to use Gooden as a decoy a little bit. That time Center Grove much better job in that front 4, and now it's going to be 3rd and 3 for Lawrence Central.
Kobe Cherry makes the tackle. 3rd and 3 the call. Bears look to the sideline for the next play. Allen, the senior quarterback, calls out the play. Here comes Frankie Hayes and packs it on the blitz, putting pressure. Throws it up for grabs. He's got a man, makes the catch at the 30 to the 25 and down at the 24. Catch made by Dalen Lewis, their top receiver.
Yeah, that time he just got inside position on the DB for Center Grove, and Center Grove brought heat but didn't get to Allen quick enough, and he had enough time to just air that one out, and Lewis ran under it.
39 yards on the reception. Gooden gets his first carry of the second half. Looks like an LC offensive lineman down on the play at the 25. He's going to need some attention from the training staff. 3 yards on the play. It appears to be Michael Johnson, 6'2", 248-pound offensive lineman down at the 25. Football's at the 21, at the Center Grove 21. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7 once play resumes, but he's in quite a bit of pain. He is down at the 25.
And this is the best movement on a drive by Lawrence Central the entire ball game. They might have made it past the 50 once in the first half, and that big long pass to, like we said, Dalen Lewis comes in, leading them with 432 yards receiving. Center Grove did a pretty good job of bottling him up in the first half. Not that time.
It appears they're working on his left leg, maybe the left knee area. He's up on his feet.
That's good to see.
Can't put much weight on that left foot or left leg. He's walking off, though, under his own power, so that's encouraging. .8:55 on the clock, third quarter. 2nd and 7 for the Bears. Again at the Center Grove 21-yard line.
They have started the clock, yeah.
Gooden and Simmons in the backfield. Oh, the quarterback lost the football.
Oh, it's still loose. Oh.
And it's going to be recovered, I think, by the quarterback.
Yeah, he got kicked back to him. Lawrence Central gets another big break because that one was loose. Looked like Center Grove might get on it, but one of the offensive linemen then kind of mule kicked it backwards and right to Allen, who then just fell on it wisely, but a big loss on 2nd down. This has got to be, I mean, you're Lawrence Central. This is 4-down territory easily. They don't have a kicker that can get it to the uprights from there, so you're going to go for it down 22.
Loss of 7 yards. 3rd and 14 for the Bears. Football again at the Center Grove 28. Lofting one to the end zone. Tipped away by the Center Grove secondary.
Yeah, that was
Micaiah.
Micaiah and Ane were both there. They just kind of threw that one up there.
Lewis, the intended receiver. He's not very tall, 5'8".
Much better job of finding the ball that time by Micaiah and Ane. They turned and saw the ball and were able to knock that one away. So now 4th down.
Micaiah, good size at 5'11". They're going for it. You're right. 4th and 14. They're down 22-0. Santana Allen in the gun. He's under duress. Rolls to his left. Extends the play. Gets rid of it. And it's incomplete. The receiver couldn't hang on. Al Gooden, the running back, down the field at around the 5-yard line. Had in the hands momentarily, but couldn't hang on. It is a turnover on downs.
Good job by that Center Grove defense of stiffening, obviously helped by that fumbled snap that backed them up, but then 2 good plays on 3rd and 4th down to keep them out of the end zone.
Trojans take control from their own 28-yard line. Our second half being presented tonight by Howard Companies, IU Health, Borgett Insurance Group, and Kopetsky Auto Wash. False start by the Trojans.
Just a couple guys, Kevin.
I say take your pick.
Running back and lineman.
Makes you wonder, did Oscar change things up with the Catons? Kind of threw off more than just one player.
Well, but the other 8 didn't move, Kevin, so.
Football at the 23, 1st and 15. Aiden Francis in with the next play. He'll split out to the left. Lange takes the handoff, looks inside, goes outside, comes back inside. Wow, he's just nifty. Shifty, and
they still haven't blown the
whistle. And they're pushing the pile, and they're going to push the pile for a 1st down all the way to the 40-yard line. That almost was reminiscent of what the Center Grove Trojans did when it was, 4th and short against Avon in the semi-state championship in 2015.
Going back a little ways there, aren't you, Kevin?
That's what it looked like. Push that pile for the 1st down.
That was crazy. Lange was stopped about 5 yards shy, but just kept the feet moving, and here comes all those big uglies up front that were able to push him an additional 5 yards, and Center Grove picks up 15 on 1st and 15.
And Center Grove offensive line moms, that's Rick Embry calling your son a big ugly.
It's an affectionate term.
That's right. At the 40, Tilton gets a couple of yards to the 42. I mean, you can rally around that when offensive linemen get in there like that and push for a 1st down.
The other thing I love, too, is those offensive linemen. As soon as the running back gets tackled, there's 2 or 3 of them there to go pick him up and help him up. That's a sign of a great teammate.
2nd down and 8 from the Trojan 42. 6.5 minutes left to play in the 3rd. Ricky Lange, he's going to try to get outside, and he's going to be wrapped up.
Yeah,
somebody shot the gap and dropped him.
Too much penetration there. And 58, Jackson Owens.
One of their top leaders in sacks this year is a defensive lineman, 268 pounds, loss of 6 yards.
Yeah, Owens had 9 tackles for loss coming in. He gets another one right there, and Center Grove loses big yardage on 2nd down, and now 3rd and long. You haven't seen Center Grove in too many of these situations so far tonight.
At the 37, 3rd and 13, the call. Oscar Sloan, tall in the pockets, pumps it, pulls it back down, now throws. He looks for Dom Berry. Dom tried to twist around, tried to make the catch, incomplete. 4th and long. Center Grove will have to punt once again.
Well, 2 straight drives. Good job by that Lawrence Central defense of holding Center Grove. Job of Oscar by avoiding the sack to start out with, but then tried to get it out to his Wake Forest commit, Dom Berry. Berry tried to make the circus catch and couldn't come up with it.
Kind of that back shoulder type catch. Had to twist the body, couldn't bring it in. Dallas out there punting. Good snap. Wow, drills another good punt. all the way inside the
doesn't
25.
quite get the bounce. Yeah,
this one kind of bounces sideways. Looks like he got it to the 22-yard line. 41 yards for Dallas on that punt. So a lot of defense by both teams here in the second half.
Yeah, you've got over half of this third quarter already gone. LC moved the ball well the first time, got it all the way inside the 30-yard line, but then Center Grove defense stepped up and kept them out of the end zone. I got a feeling they're going to just try to throw it up there a few more times to their wide receivers and see if they can get some big plays that way.
Gooden takes the handoff, fights for some good yards. He gets it to the 25. He fought for all of that, 3 yards.
I was going to say that was a hard-earned 3 yards for Gooden.
Sure was.
A good job by bottling them up initially. Cherry in the middle, Stanley in the middle, and forced Gooden to go outside a little bit. He does get 3, but short gain on first down.
On second down at 7, sticking with the run game. Somebody lost his helmet for Center Grove. Might have been Frankie Hayes. We found out last week if you lose your helmet in Ohio, you don't have to run off. Let's see if Hayes runs off or not. He's staying out there at the moment.
That guy's pointing. The referee's pointing at him.
Is that Simmons?
Yeah, I think that was Simmons with good.
8 yards, first down for LC.
Yeah, so Frankie Hayes is going to have to come out.
New set of downs here for the LC Bears as we see Reese Epperson, senior, in at linebacker, replacing Hayes at least for one play.
A little bit quicker moves there by Jamari Simmons. He shot through that hole pretty good on 2nd and 7.
Just a different look. Going with a couple of running backs in the backfield, and there's going to be Simmons again. Good yards.
Much more success with him running the ball so far here in the second half.
He's given them quite a spark. Carries it to the 42-yard line, 8 yards for Simmons.
Gain of 7, second down.
Make that 7 yards. They're going to spot it closer to the 41, 2nd and 3. Allen in the pocket, looking, now throws a deep one, and it's up for grabs, incomplete, nearly intercepted by the Trojans.
Yeah, it was Burnett over there. Knocked that one away. Burnett playing a little bit more safety tonight. Yeah, I think that was who knocked that away. But you're right, a lot of time that time for Allen to sit back there in the pocket, and he tried to deliver a deep one.
Williams, the intended receiver, 3rd and 3 for the Bears. Again from their own 41-yard line. 4 minutes to play, third quarter, 22-0, all Center Grove. Trying to run for the first down. Gooden's got the first down and then some into Center Grove territory. He's finally dragged down at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, a little blitz by that Center Grove defense, and they ran right by the ball carrier. So once Gooden got past that line of scrimmage, it was him against the DBs, and he's a big guy, and he's going to win that most of the time. Another first down for LC, and they try to go quick now.
Yeah, Bears quickly to the line of scrimmage. Allen in the pocket. He's under pressure. There's a tackle. There's got to be at least one hold, if not 2.
And they still sack him.
I just hope nobody's hurt for Center Grove. Oh,
You're
my
right. That was ridiculous.
Absolutely ripped him from behind. Cam Linder got ripped from behind.
Well, and then he fell on top of Cherry, who was also right there. Yeah,
Man.
that was dirty.
Because Cherry's kind of walking a little gingerly. There's a flag in the backfield. This is going to be holding against the Bears. Just hope the Trojans are okay. Again, Cherry's still walking a little gingerly, not putting much weight on that right leg.
So, I mean, True Paxson was the one that came up and finally got the sack of Allen. I don't know why he didn't just throw the ball away there.
So they're going to decline the penalty, Rick. They're going to take the Paxson sack.
Still lost 10 yards there.
Back to the 49, the LC 49. So that's a loss of 10 yards. So that sack presented by Hudson Industrial Services, another $5 to the CG Education Foundation. And now Cherry gets in the backfield and wraps up Simmons.
Tackle for loss for number 9.
Well done, Kobe Cherry, the Purdue commit.
He's got his Purdue coaching staff here to watch him tonight.
That's right. Purdue's off this weekend. Heard that the Purdue coaching staff, the defensive coaches are here tonight.
Watch him, and then also the offensive line commit there for Williams, number 52 for Lawrence Central.
A loss of 1 yard back to the 48, so 3rd and 21 for the Bears. 3 receivers, 2 running backs. He's throwing. Allen looking. He's under pressure again, and he's taken down.
Linder get him that time? Yes, sir.
Yes, he did. Linder gets his, I believe now, his 3rd sack of the season.
Man, the floodgates open there. Linder, Frankie Hayes was back there. So was Lincoln Bright. Man, and you go from 1st and 10 on the 41 to 4th and more than I can count on my hands and toes from the 36-yard line, your own 36.
Loss of 12, 3 sacks for Linder this season. Again, another $5 to the CG Education Foundation. Compliments of Hudson Industrial Services with that sack, 4th and forever. Jordan into punt, low snap. He does handle it, gets it away.
Get away from it.
Oné walks away from it. It does take a LC roll inside the 30. Looks like down to the Trojan 28-yard line. 36 yards on the punt.
Well, once again, after LC got the ball in Center Grove field position or in Center Grove territory again, great job by that defense of stepping up. And a couple sacks later, 2 sacks and a tackle for loss, and LC has to punt it back to you.
Our second half being presented in part by Howard Companies. Howard Companies has been paving the Midwest since 1960, delivering top quality asphalt and pavement services, consistently ranked among the nation's top contractors. They're proud to serve Central Indiana and support the Trojans. Learn more at howardcompanies.com. We do have a penalty against the Trojans. False start. 5-yard penalty.
That might have been out here at on the wide receiver position. Started a little bit early. A little bit of a sloppy 3rd quarter for the Center Grove offense. 3rd drive and really haven't moved the ball.
Football at the Trojan 23. 1:48 to play in the 3rd quarter. Scoreless 3rd quarter. Center Grove led, 16-0 after the 1st quarter. Scored a couple of field goals in the 2nd quarter. Interesting scoring tonight. Center Grove just the one offensive touchdown? 2 of them, actually.
2 of them.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, get down. Good decision.
One was scored, though, by a defensive player, and Lincoln Bright. He came in with that jumbo package. He scored 1 touchdown, and the other touchdown, Ricky Lange. A couple of field goals and a safety tonight for the Trojans.
Yeah, but both of those touchdowns were on short fields, Kevin. The Lincoln Bright touchdown was after Vinny Hayes intercepted and got it down to 11, so that was an 11-yard drive. And then the other one that Ricky Lane scored on was after the safety and the kickoff from the 20 that Tilton brought all the way back to the 40. So about a 40-yard drive, and now we got another. Now this time we got a timeout for LC.
Coach Patterson calls a timeout. Football at the 23. There's no gain on that last play by Sloan. Timeout called. We do have time now. Let's go back to our Dan Gandalf Financial Services scoreboard. Let's see how the Brownsburg Bulldogs are doing. They were down at halftime, the number 1 team in the state of Indiana. They're playing at Westfield. Looks like, I'm sure this now is in the 3rd quarter, but it still shows Westfield 10, Brownsburg 7. Late first half. I'm not sure if we got any more updates. It's Carmel leading big over at North Central, 49-0. At halftime, LN was leading Ben Davis 21-7. Warren 28-12 last report, 2nd quarter. Here at LC, 22-0. Center Grove leads it. We're late in the 3rd quarter, 1:10 to go.
And I did get an update here, Kevin. Brownsburg leading now 14-10. 3:51 left in the 3rd quarter, so Brownsburg up in that one.
What is it now?
14-10 with 4 minutes left in the third.
Brownsburg's up. Oscar Sloan with time, gets rid of it, middle of the field, looking for Aiden Francis, and there's a flag on the play. Going against Lawrence Central, Elijah Woodfork put his hand in there too soon.
Yeah, he put his hand all over the head of Aiden Francis.
That's a no-doubter on that one.
Yeah, Francis had the inside track on him and got there a little bit too early, Woodfork. That's going to be 15 yards, but is that going to be enough for a first down, or is Center Grove still going to be about a yard shy, Kevin? It's only 15.
Might be a yard shy. Let's see. They're going to.
Well, they went ahead and moved the chains.
I guess it's a first down. They needed 15. They got 15. Football at the 38-yard line. The Center Grove 38. First and 10. Oscar, first time tonight, going under center with a wing back to the left. 2 running backs in the backfield.
Thought Lange was going to be able to shake through a couple of those tackles, Kevin, and finally somebody got him by his shoestring.
We don't see the wing T formation very often.
But you talked about the counter crisscross and Jackson Holt's counter crisscross magistry, so maybe Coach Moore heard you, Kevin. They got you on in the locker room, I'm sure, to listen to our fantastic analysis.
That's right.
I'll ask Coach Moore tomorrow if we get him at the halftime of the freshman game to see how many times he goes back and listens to us. I'd say it's less than 1.
Up the middle again, Center Grove, some power running. Close to a first down. Is that Tilton? Yes, it is. That's Tilton. Going to be about 1 yard short of the first down marker.
End of the third quarter.
Final play. Center Grove 22-0 leading Lawrence Central. No scoring in that third quarter. Center Grove playing well. Trying to get to 6-0 on the season. Tonight's game presented by IU Health. This is Trojan Football.
This is the place that's skill built. Here, highly skilled physicians never rest in their pursuit to heal, to comfort, to cure. With these hands, you'll receive nationally recognized heart care and Indiana's most leading-edge cancer care. With these hearts, with these guts, with these brains, you'll find the highest level of care in the state. This is the hope that's skill built, and it's around every corner of Indiana University Health.
At Peterman Brothers, we see ourselves as more than a home service company.
We're here to serve you, not just your home.
Even if it's not about your heating, cooling, plumbing, or electrical system.
We want to make sure when we come out, we're leaving you in a better state than when we arrived.
And if we do mess up, we'll stand behind our work and not give up until we make it right.
Because we're here to serve you, however we can.
Lawrence Central 0. Underway here in the fourth quarter. Center Grove facing 3rd and 1 from its own 47. Once again, under center with the wing back to the right. 2 running backs, and Tilton runs for the first down to the Lawrence Central 49-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. And we have a flag after the play. Should be a first down, but this is after the play. The penalty flag, I do believe.
I don't know who he's going to call that one on. Cypress was blocking down the field again. Those guys always block to the whistle. We'll see if he got called on that or if he got a – oh, he's pointing to somebody who's got ejected from that LC side, yeah. That's what it was. Somebody threw a punch, and he's gone. I think that's 58, Kevin.
Well, 58's back on the field. 44 is coming off the field. That's Joel Hackett. He's a senior defensive lineman. He comes to the sideline, takes off his football, his gloves. He might be done for the night.
Yeah, and that's the effect of what I was talking about. Those Center Grove linemen, we've seen it so many times over the Coach Moore years. Those guys love to continue to block, and they block. I don't care if it's at the line of scrimmage or if it's 10 yards down the field, they're going to continue to block until that whistle is blown, and that's what happened right there. And the LC guy did not like that too much and took exception and took a swing.
Center Grove continuing to go with Sloan under center. Wing back to the right, 2 running backs in the backfield, power running, Tilton to the 30.
Well, he's got Wyatt Hodson, number 30, in there in that formation, Kevin, out in front of him and just hitting that hole and blocking in front of him.
Tilton not very big, but he's tough. Back to the huddle.
He's tough in what we saw last week, Kevin. He is fast.
Yes, he's got great speed. You're right. Again, with the injuries, Coach Moore said it in the pregame show with Aaron Holt tonight, just don't have the big guys right now to run between tackles. With Reese out of the lineup, he lost Winkler for the moment.
So they're going to have to hurry on this one. Under 5 now on the play clock.
Down to 3, 2, 1. Sloan just got it off. Good job. Here comes Ricky Lange.
My.
And he takes a big hit. And there's a flag on that play as well. Ricky Lange, I thought he did a pretty good job. He saw him coming, flying through there, and he tried to put the brakes on to avoid the big hit. Was that launching?
Yeah, that was Kearns. He went straight. Now what they might be talking about was he already going down, and that's why it looked bad. But
I don't know if that's if you could launch or not. It looked like he tried to launch himself into it. It's a personal foul, helmet to helmet. Kind of launched and went high and made helmet-to-helmet contact with Lange. So that's Kearns with a penalty on Lange. Football now inside the 15-yard line after that penalty.
Well, Center Grove got helped by 30 yards of penalties on this
Football
drive.
At the 14-yard line. At the LC 14. 1st and 10. Under center. Lange.
He's wide open.
Throwing to the end zone. Touchdown.
Play action got him. Who?
Is that Tilton?
No.
Francis or Tilton? It's Brody Tilton. I think it's 12, isn't it?
So he came from that wingback position?
I believe so. Tilton.
Yeah. Yep, you're right.
They fake it to Lange. Tilton, the wingback.
That's
it was 14 yards to the end zone, so it's Tilton with the reception.
That's a great play action there. Center Grove is run, and then boom. Play action, and you sneak Tilton out from that wingback position on the right side, and he was wide open, and Sloan hit him for the touchdown.
I know a lot of our fans out there are going to be happy to see the wing T score a touchdown on that offensive drive. Going old school. And the PAT kick is good. 29-0 Trojans. Yeah, you slip out the wing back. He was unaccounted for. Tilton, 14-yard reception. That's his first touchdown reception of the season. Tilton's got 3 touchdowns on the ground.
Yeah, he had 2 catches for 65 yards coming in, including a big one last week for like 40 or 50 yards. And right there, he gets a 14-yarder for a touchdown. And Center Grove in full control here, Kevin, with almost 11 minutes remaining in the ball game.
Coming up tomorrow, Rick Embry will have the call. Center Grove freshman football. They're undefeated at 5-0. They're going to take on Lawrence Central at 9 o'clock in the morning. Join Rick Embry along with Greg Coy, his debut on the microphone.
Oh, man, look out.
The numbers are going to be off the chart tomorrow.
Unsupervised again with Kevin heading over to do girls soccer. So it's the Embry and Coy show.
Unplugged.
Look out.
And then the JV game will follow at around 10:30. CG against LC at Racegone Stadium. JV team also 5-0.
Man, you want to see a couple more fun teams to watch. It's the freshman and JV teams. That freshman team hasn't scored less than 32 points, I think, all year. And they just been running, clocking everybody all season long. They're fun to watch.
You want some more football?
Heck yeah.
Monday night football. It's Powder Puff style.
Homecoming week. Freshmen against seniors and sophomores against juniors in the semis, and then the winners play for the championship, and we will have it, Kevin.
That's right, Monday night football. May have to get out the gold blazers, the old ABC style. Well, we got whistles on the field. I heard a whistle. What's going on? There's a kickoff. I thought I heard a whistle. Now there's all kinds of whistles. The runner does go out of bounds, but I had heard a whistle.
There's a flag over in the middle of the field.
What an interesting return. Cornpropes with the kickoff, and
somebody on the sideline, I think, either got in the way of the ref.
Then I thought I heard a whistle. It was an inadvertent whistle. It didn't appear like the play was over, but there was a whistle being blown. Was that DeJuan Lewis, or was that Dalen Lewis maybe with the return?
No, I think Kearns took it away from Lewis.
Is that what it was?
Yes.
Okay.
He ran right in front of him and kind of jumped up and swatted it to himself because he wanted to return it.
Crazy play. The referees are talking it over.
You're right. We did hear a lot of whistles.
And there is a flag at the 32-yard line on the far side of the field.
You know what's funny, Kevin, and I didn't realize it until at the end of that game last week, somebody in the stands over at Trotwood was blowing a whistle. And I kept hearing a whistle, and finally the PA guy with about 4 minutes said, quit blowing that whistle or we're going to get a penalty on Trotwood for blowing a whistle.
I did hear him say that, now that you say that.
Well, let's see what the call is.
He ran out of bounds at around the 25, I believe. Let's see if it's a penalty against the Trojans. So it looks like they're going to.
That's where they're pointing, but I don't know
it looks like they're giving some yardage.
That's a big one, whatever it is.
Are we going to do a re-kick, Rick? We're going to re-kick it.
Oh, that's beautiful, Kevin. That's what we need.
But there's no explanation from the White Hat at this point. He's got a microphone. It'd be nice if he would tell us what the heck's going on. Nobody in the press box knows what's going on.
That's right, yeah.
What do they call that in golf? A mulligan do-over?
Yeah.
They're going to re-kick it. I think there was an inadvertent whistle on the play. I thought I heard a whistle in the middle of the play.
Now there's... I don't disagree with that yell from the crowd of Lawrence Central.
So Cornpropes is going to kick again.
Kevin, that's why you put a crowd mic out here right in front of the.
That's right.
Always the visiting.
Keeps it interesting.
It does.
Boy, was last Friday interesting at Trotwood.
Yes, it was.
We'll leave it right there.
All right, another kickoff. Let's try this again.
Take two. 10:41 to play in the fourth. He drives this one deep, and it will be taken right at the 1 yard line. Coming across the field, Center Grove doing a great job. Boy, he was hammered.
Well, that benefited Center Grove to the tune of about 20 yards. The
Kearns hit hard at the 11. Tackle made by Nolan Biergard. Boy, he does hit hard.
I love watching that kid play. I love watching him in the JV games that we'll see him. He plays the special teams on Friday nights, and then he'll play middle linebacker for the JV team tomorrow, and man, he loves to hit.
Football is at the 12-yard line. 10.5 minutes left to play in tonight's ball game. 29-0, Center Grove with the lead. Allen inside, handoff to Gooden. Some tough yards to the 15, 3 yards.
Paxson with the stick again, helped by his buddy Frankie Hayes beside him.
One of our proud sponsors of CG Football is Morgan Insurance Group. Morgan Insurance Group offers auto, home, health, life, and business insurance tailored to your needs at competitive rates. Visit Morgan Insurance online at morganinsurancegroup.com. Morgan Insurance Group, protecting what matters most. Second down and 7, trying to run it again. Some tough yards. He gets away from the pile. Gets it to the 19-yard line. 4 yards, 3 to 4 yards on the play. We'll say 3 yards. Tackle made by Carson Sloan, the freshman DN. Now they'll say it's at the 18-yard line, so 3 yards. 3rd and 4, the call for the LC Bears.
Another offensive lineman comes slowly off the field for LC. LC going to be happy to get out of this one and go play North Central next week.
Low snap. Allen picks it up. He's under pressure. Hayes missed him on the sack.
But Linder didn't.
Linder got him. He's got 2 sacks tonight, 4 on the season. Allen goes down at the 4.
Great sportsmanship there by Frankie Hayes, who missed him. And then here comes Cam Linder to sling him down, and Frankie said, I'll help you up, Mr. Allen.
Loss of 14 yards all the way back to the 4, and Allen limps off the quarterback, and here comes Jordan into punt.
I think Allen is going to be seeing those all-white jerseys, Kevin, in his sleep tonight.
All right. You take care. Be safe, man.
He's all the way back at the back of the end zone. It looks like they might be, are they a player short? They're jumping around, and I thought maybe they were a player short. Whistles and a timeout called by Coach Patterson. I think they might have been a player short on the field.
I count 11.
Did you? Okay. They were just a little disorganized. And the last time they had this situation, the first half, they punted from their own end zone. They had the high snap, out of bounds, safety. All right, Rick, we got a big fan that listens and watches from Covington, Indiana, Sherry Brooks. Her granddaughter is a Center Grove cheerleader, Shelby Brooks. She had another granddaughter that's graduated from Center Grove. She was a swimmer. And special hello to Sherry Brooks, watching and listening tonight from Covington, Indiana.
I mean, since you brought it up, Kevin, why don't I just go ahead and say the cheerleaders, of which her granddaughter is one of them.
Yes, go for it.
One of my favorites, Ella Barrett, Peyton Batchelder, Jessica Bowers. There's Shelby Brooks, Aubrey Ferguson, Kaylee Geiersbach, Jalen Jones, Riley Montgomery, Olivia O'Haver, Celia Peters, Kendall Powell, Brianna Reinhardt, Emily Reinhardt, Kendall Smith, and Juliana Schneider.
So again, homecoming next Friday for the Trojans, hosting the Cathedral Fighting Irish, 7 o'clock. Center Grove's going to honor the 2020 and 2015 undefeated state championship football teams. Those players are welcome to come to the game. Punt to the 30-yard line, 26 yards on the punt. I can even do that math quickly.
Congratulations,
well,
Kevin.
thank you.
That UIndy degree that you got. Franklin Central Flashes.
There you go. So again, homecoming next week, so it'll be kicked off this Monday with the girls' Powder Puff game, 6:30, Ray Skillman Stadium. Rick and I'll be there with the live stream, and I think Coach Moore, what does he do? He does the refereeing, I think.
He refs sometimes. He's general comedy out there. Sometimes he coaches.
I think the football players do a little bit of the coaching as well. Great night of football. Here comes Tilton, gets through the line of scrimmage, gets into secondary. And
this is just going to be all cheap shots in the last 8 minutes of the game. Center Grove going to have to be very, very careful not to lose your head and get trapped into something. There was 2 of them right there.
7 yards for Tilton to the 23-yard line.
That's where you'd like to get one more touchdown in that end zone, and then the running clock would start, and you can put in some backups.
So, Rick, last night you and I had volleyball. So, counting last night's game, tonight's game, 14 events in 10 days. Busy time of the year.
Took my vitamin B this morning. I told Renee, I got to keep the voice. She said, well, then you just don't have to talk to me, and I'm perfectly fine with that. So, saving my voice.
Ricky Lange to the 22, 1 yard. Center Grove trying to move the pile. Better job by the Bears. You're right. A little chippiness going on at this point in the ball game. Got to keep your composure. Center Grove facing 3rd and 2. We have 7:15 left to play in tonight's ball game. 29-0. Center Grove had shutout against Marion in the home opener in week 3. Trying to get the shutout again tonight. First down Trojans to the 15-yard line, 7 yards. Tilton with the run again.
Doesn't take much for us to go back and remember when the last time they had a shutout was, it, Kevin?
That's right.
3 games ago.
So the Trojans now will go to 14-12 in this series against Lawrence Central. Coach Moore will be 12-2 against the Bears, 6-1 here at LC, 8 straight against LC, and 12 in the last 13 over LC. I think the Trojans will go to 65-9 in this decade. Tilton with the carry, wrapped up at the 10. If he gets away there, he goes for the score. He's got good speed, doesn't he? Vision and speed. Just not
guessing.
very big, but he can sure find the hole, and he is fast. He's inside the 10, around the 9-yard line.
I'm guessing Tilton's another one of those
7 yards.
track guys that Coach Timmons and Coach Moore before him love to have.
Second and 3. Again, it's at the LC 9-yard line, under center. Ricky Lange off the left side. He is going to be crunched on that left side. Maybe no gain, back to the 9.
Wing the ball carrier, tackled by Kearns.
Kearns with the tackle.
Well, is it 4-down territory? You're just trying to get into the end zone, Kevin, and
keep running that clock down as well. Trojans facing 3rd and 3. Man in motion. That's Ricky Lange, the wing back. They go to Tilton off the right side. He's got the first down. He's to the 5-yard line. Good push on that right side, almost inside the 5, closer to the 4 now. He picks up 4 to 5 yards, gave him 5 yards. 1st and goal for the Trojans.
I like that play. You put Lange in motion from that wingback position, jet motion, and fake it to him, and that's where you're hoping the defense kind of shifts that way, especially that linebacker on that side, and then you bring Tilton straight up the middle there, and good gain for a 1st down. 1st and goal on the 5. Center Grove faithful has stuck around till the end on the far side, Kevin.
Center Grove looking for the end zone with Tilton. Got a good push, lost his footing. Down to, I believe, the 2 to 3 yard line. Let's see if they're going to spot him. And the flag comes out after the play. After the play. They're going to spot it at the 3. See what they're going to say here with this penalty. Again, it came after the penalty, so this would be, one would think, against LC, it's going to be half the distance, obviously.
And now they're going to talk about it. Thought they were just going to mark off half the distance. That's what they're doing, but still.
So at the 1.5 yard line.
Unsportsmanlike.
It is against the Bears.
After the play, so it still says 2nd down, Kevin, but moves the ball to the 1.5.
So, Rick, we have homecoming next Friday. I heard our buddy Brad Sturm can't be there for the blowing of the horn.
He's going to be in Hawaii. For some reason, he's going surfing or something in Maui or something like that. I just hope the Sharks don't get him.
Trying to get that 1.5 yards. They're going to blow it dead. Boy, if they would have let him continue on, he was going to push. They were going to push the pile in, but they're going to blow it dead at about the 1 yard line. Tilton carries it to the 1. Our good friend Coach Chris Hudson, I understand, is going to come back and blow the horn next Friday night.
Wow, a blast from the past.
It's probably been 12, 15 years since we've last had Coach Hudson
Loved watching
on the horn.
His son Logan Hudson caused several of those horn blows back in the day. 5 touchdowns in one half.
Whiteland. Sloan to Lange, and he's going to score. No, no signal.
Why are they now?
I thought he broke the plane. They're going to say he's about the half-yard line. They're saying he didn't make it. I thought Lange broke the plane, but officials say no, it's going to be 4th and goal just inside the 1. I mean, it's right up against the goal line.
The offensive line wanted the jumbo package there or whatever they're calling it.
Wyatt Hodson in there. Lange also. Hodson at left wing back. Tilton in the backfield. Lange is going to take it, and he doesn't make it. They came across the line, and they take down Lange at the 1. Turnover on downs. Credit the Bears. That defense made a stand.
Pretty big celebration, Kevin, for being down 29-0.
Good point.
But, hey, kept them out of the running clock situation. Now they just got to go 99 yards to get some points on the board.
Looking for something positive. You said next week Lawrence Central has North Central. Center Grove has Cathedral. Stay tuned on our Duke Holmes postgame show. We'll get you updated on scores tonight. Cathedral playing Trotwood Madison tonight. Brownsburg in quite a battle at Westfield. We'll get you up to date on all those scores in just a moment. 29-0 Trojans lead it with 3:14 left to play. Coach Hudson says it's been 10 years since he last blew the horn.
So their offense is not ready to come on the field, Kevin, so Coach Patterson's got to use his third and last time out. You're celebrating that fourth down stop. You don't have time to get your offense on the field.
One of our proud sponsors of CG Football is John Bontrager of Allstate, planning for your future. Allstate representative John Bontrager in Greenwood offers personalized financial services for your unique needs. Call 317-888-3200 today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Well, Kevin, at least we'll be home hopefully tonight before 1 o'clock.
Last week I was in bed about 1:15 in the morning.
Yeah,
it was a pretty late night.
Well, can that defense for Center Grove get another safety?
A lot of subs in there for Center Grove here defensively. A lot of new jersey numbers in there. Allen in shotgun formation, bat snap, and you could see a safety. They will run the ball. Fumble covered by the Trojans.
Now they're going to have to make another stop. Another goal line stop.
He was absolutely hammered.
I don't know if that was Biergard or if that was, it might have been 90 that hit him for Center Grove.
Gavin Lever recovers. I'm not
Eckhart
for sure.
Might have been.
Was he the one that kind of submarine in there?
I think so.
And absolutely pummeled the running back and made him cough it up.
It was either him or Biergard.
Center Grove recovers at the 10-yard line with 3:09 to play in this fourth quarter.
Well,
Sloan still in there. Center Grove's offense still in the ball game. They're going to say the football's at the 11, so Center Grove technically can get a first down. Ricky Lange off the right side. Gets it close to the 5. He's pushed sideways. He stops at the 6. 4 yards. 5 yards for Ricky.
Here's what I like. Get him out of there. Here comes Owen Oliver for
some backup running backs.
I like this. That's the last thing you need is to get him hurt in a 29-point game.
Center Grove lost 2 of its great players in Marion that 55-0 ball game early in the first half. That's when you lost McClurg and Reese in the first half. So you are correct. This one's all but over. Football at the 6, second down and 5. Trojans running the ball right up the gut, looking for the end zone, and he made it.
Owen Oliver, baby.
Wow, he redirected.
Yeah, that guy was more worried about picking him up and doing something with him, and he didn't wrap up and tackle him. That was number 2, Jaden Dorsey, and Oliver, great job of staying center of gravity, low to the ground, and he said, all right, put me back down on the ground, and I'll go ahead and run into the end zone. Touchdown number 1 of his career for Owen Oliver.
6 yards out. And now, Rick, 35-0.
Yeah, with a minute 45, Kevin.
Well, that's 90 seconds you weren't going to get back.
That's a great point. Always looking on the positive side, Kevin Conrad. I like it.
Half full.
Half full.
Corn Prop's PAT kick is good. 36-0 Center Grove. How about Owen Oliver? Well done. His first, you're right, score of the season. Probably his first varsity score.
Yeah,
of his career.
Yeah, he's a senior, and he came in 6 carries, 48 yards, and he gets in the end zone and let that running clock start once we kick off, and we'll be heading to the exits.
Also, another great supporter of Center Grove Trojan football is Eric McClurg. He's a financial advisor with Merrill Lynch. He has the financial game plan for you. His team's ready to help. Plan for the future with trusted advice. Call 812-355-3229 to get started today. After this kickoff, we'll try to get to some scores. And then we'll do some more scores on our post-game show, our Duke Holmes post-game show. Again, we'll have more football tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. CG Freshman hosting LC. Rick will be on the call, and then the JV team will follow up at around 10:30. Center Grove trying to get to what? 18-0 as a program after tomorrow. Center Grove Varsity now 6-0. Freshman JV both 5-0. And again, just a great start to this season. Hard to believe, Rick. We're coming down the home stretch.
I know that's crazy looking at it. And I'm like, man, it's
2
game
home
number
games.
6.
You
You're
got
right.
Cathedral next week. Following week, you got Lawrence North at home, and then you go to Bloomington South. Then you take a week off, and then you get ready for the sectional semifinals, which will be on Halloween night this year.
Oh,
it's a scary thought.
Do some trick or treating, or
we're gonna wear a costume of some kind. Stay tuned for that.
That will be outstanding.
Stay tuned for that.
My costume will not consist of anything candy stripe pants wise, because there's nothing more clown like than that.
You wear candy stripe, and then Kitchell's got to wear some black and gold.
You going to dress up like Purdue Pete, something like that?
Yeah, or Gene Katie.
I'm out.
Do a comb over.
That's true.
Kickoff, LC with the football at its own 34.
Yep, LC taking their time.
Maybe you wear some candy stripes. You get a special chair, like a Bob Knight type chair.
They're not even going to be able to get this playoff, Kevin. Are they even gonna? This is bizarre. He's not even sending his offense.
Now they're on the field with 8 on the play clock, down to 6, 5, 4, 3. These are backups, looks like, isn't it? No?
Not the quarterback.
No, quarterback. Well, they'll take a delay of game, blow the whistle, delay of game.
And then, well, the clock's just going to keep running as they back up. He acts like he doesn't want to run any more plays.
Just going to let the clock run out. So that's going to be, I would assume, we'll see if they snap it one more time. They don't have to.
I mean, he's signaling for him to just get lined up at, wow.
5-yard penalty. We're down to 10 seconds on the game clock.
I got guys that, they're just going to shake hands, Kevin. It's over.
Yeah, their receivers aren't even on side. They're walking off the field. This game's over. Final score, 36-0. Center Grove Trojans with the shutout over the Lawrence Central Bears. The Trojans remain undefeated, 6-0 on the season, 4-0 on the road. Again, hosting Cathedral next Friday night for homecoming. Rick, just a well-played game by the Trojans tonight.
I mean, that was that defense did a fantastic job the entire ball game, and special teams, Kevin, were huge in that first half. Warren Probst was fantastic, and Center Grove got another big shutout win against a future MIC opponent in LC.
So before we go to our final commercial break, let's go ahead and do a recap of our scores now. Then we'll get to our Duke Holmes postgame show after this. But let's go ahead and take a look at our Dan Gandolf Financial Services scoreboard. It's a final. Brownsburg does come back to beat Westfield 14-10. Westfield is up, 10-7?
Wow,
and
at halftime, yeah.
Yeah, couldn't hang on, so Brownsburg wins at 14-10. Carmel blowing out North Central, no surprise, 63-7. That's in the fourth. Lawrence North in the fourth, blowing out Ben Davis 49-19. Warren Central in a close one against Pike, 28-20. Warriors by 8 in the fourth.
Wow, that's closer than I thought it would be.
Fishers leading Avon 23-15 in the fourth. Zionsville by 8 over HSC. That could be a slight upset there. It's in the fourth quarter. Cathedral leading Trotwood Madison 18-6. That's in the fourth. Roncalli beat Brebeuf 44-7. Franklin Central beat Noblesville, or they're beating them 37-3. That's in the fourth. Decatur Central up on Plainfield 31-13 in the fourth. It's a final. Bloomington South over Southport 54-7. Final score from Lawrence Central. Center Grove beating the Bears 36-0. We'll return with our Duke Holmes postgame show. This is CG Football presented by IU Health.
This is the place that's skill built. Here, highly skilled physicians never rest in their pursuit to heal, to comfort, to cure. With these hands, you'll receive nationally recognized heart care and Indiana's most leading-edge cancer care. With these hearts, with these guts, with these brains, you'll find the highest level of care in the state. This is the hope that's skill built, and it's around every corner of Indiana University Health.
Some people spend all day washing and buffing their ride to shiny perfection by hand. But you've learned the fine art of delegation.
At the barn at Bayhorse Inn, timeless charm and natural beauty create one of Indiana's most unforgettable settings. Surrounded by woods yet close to the city, it's where weddings, celebrations, and life's most meaningful moments become cherished memories. Right out front, the land has taken on new purpose with Shiloh's Corner, a Cunningham Group development. Named after Shiloh, a special horse who once roamed that very pasture, this project honors the land's history while creating new spaces for dining, retail, and community connection. And just down the road, you'll find the stables of Bayhorse Inn, where riders of all ages discover the joy of horseback riding. From first lessons to the show ring, from pony parties to camps for kids, the stables celebrate the magic of the horse and the community it inspires. Together, these places reflect a vision of growth, tradition, and connection, where memories are made and Greenwood continues to thrive.
Victorious over the Lawrence Central Bears, 36-0, and Brewery do 6-0. The Bears fall to 2-4. Rick, once again, impressive effort tonight by the Center Grove Trojans, all facets of the game, and I guess we got to think about our Texas Roadhouse player of the game. Again, I was talking about Court Ropes at halftime, the kicker, punter. I like it.
I'm giving it to him. I'm with you there, Kevin, because he's the one that kind of got them started, not only with those couple bombs for field goals, but also the couple punts, Kevin, that got Lawrence Central pinned deep into their own end zone or part of the field, and that caused the safety on the one, and then just a couple really poor punts. So absolutely, let's give that to Dallas Corn Probst. Congratulations to that young man, and just another impressive performance by that defense. I think really, Kevin, they've looked really good in the last 2.5 games. I mean, that second quarter of Ben Davis was really the last bad quarter of football I felt like the defense has played. Last week, fantastic job. This week, obviously, you pitched a shutout, and then the last half of that Ben Davis game, you didn't give up a touchdown. The only touchdown they scored was on a kickoff return late in the game. So fantastic job by Coach Daniels and that entire defensive staff and the players, obviously.
Yeah, just an all-around great effort tonight by the Center Grove Trojans. How about Lincoln Bright getting his first offensive touchdown of his career with that jumbo package back in the first quarter, but that was set up by Vinny Hayes' interception. Got Center Grove a short field at the 11. They got it down to the 2. Lincoln Bright runs it in from 2 yards out to put Center Grove in front 7-0. A safety by the Trojans, a bad snap on a punt by Lawrence Central, and it's a safety, and 9-0 Trojans. And then late in that first quarter, Ricky Lange gets loose on a 26-yard touchdown run to make it 16-0. Couldn't ask for a better start.
No, absolutely. And then obviously those 2 big field goals there that get you up 22-0 at the end of the half. And And really, I felt like Lawrence Central did a great job. They stopped Center Grove at the first possession of the second or the third quarter. But then that defense for Center Grove, they moved the ball a little bit, but Center Grove bent, but they didn't break. And a really, really good job against an LC team that came in averaging over 30 points a game. Center Grove shuts them out.
Tilton in that fourth quarter gets his first touchdown reception of the season. And how about Owen Oliver late in the ball game, a rushing touchdown, his first career varsity touchdown. So a lot of good things happening tonight for the Trojans on the offensive side of the board. And heck, how about the defense pitching a shutout tonight against a team that's been averaging a lot of points?
Yeah, and most importantly, Kevin, it didn't appear to us no injuries tonight, and that's something that, you know, you've kind of held your breath the last couple weeks because you are truly getting down to your fourth, fifth, sixth string in some of those spots. So good. Looks like everybody came out of tonight healthy. So you got another big week. You got homecoming week. You got a lot of distractions this week with different activities. And you got what has been a great rivalry, Kevin, over the last 10 to 15 years in Cathedral coming to your house on homecoming night next Friday.
Rick, you've got the call tomorrow morning. CG Freshmen, 9 o'clock, hosting LC. They're undefeated. Center Grove is at 5-0. The freshman team followed up by the JV team, also undefeated. That game will be right after, around 10:30, 11 o'clock. Should be a couple of good games tomorrow morning.
Yep, we'll be on that starting at 9, like you said. Do a couple of those while you're over at soccer doing the first one, and then I'll join you for the third one because 2 events aren't enough for me. Let's go ahead and do a third one tomorrow.
That's right, quadruple again tomorrow for us. So, Rick, have a great night. We'll see you in the morning.
Sounds good, Kevin. Thank you.
So, once again, your final score tonight, Center Grove 36-0 over the Lawrence Central Bears. Center Grove 6-0 on the season. The Bears are 2-4. Tonight's Center Grove football coverage was produced by CG Sports Network. Our presenting sponsor was IU Health. Special thanks to Center Grove Gridiron President Aaron Holt, Sponsorship Director Brent Lay, Treasurer Cindy Adams, Executive Producer Austin Tyke. Center Grove football's next game next Friday, 7 o'clock, homecoming against Cathedral. Until tomorrow, this is Kevin Conrad for Rick Embry saying good night, everyone, from Lawrence Central High School.